Wie geht es uns denn? Willkommen zur ersten Veranstaltung. Wir melden uns live von Nürburgring für die 2 Stunden der Grünen Holen. Das gestartet Gremium ist erst abend für Sie das Telefon. Mein Name ist Nick Stockner, ist uns neben mir ist Ricky Paz. Ricky, wie geht es uns?
For those that don't speak German and might be offended, welcome to another esteemed panel races. We're about to go green flag. Nick Stockner, take us to the green flag in German.
Can't do that one, buddy. Don't have that one written down. Here we go. We're live from the 2 hours of the green hell. Our Muhammad Leaf is on the pole. Sorry we're late. Technical difficulties, people, just like Bathurst. Welcome to the esteemed panel. It's Cale Davidson and our Muhammad Leaf side by side. Here comes, I think it's Chris Parise on the outside. Jake Cummings going to dive to the inside of Edwin and O'Ferry. 3 wide into the hairpin. Oh, that's Jake Cummings with a little bit of grass, a little bit too much curvy for my liking. The Leaf takes the lead over here to the Mercedes Stadium corners. He's looking pretty tight inside. Remember to my last Nürburgring call, man, I was about as well as this right here. But we're going to try to do as much as we can for you tonight. Our Muhammad Leaf, he's holding firm. Cale Davidson sniffing down his rear end, getting all that juicy diffuser air. Here comes our Muhammad Leaf. He comes out of the corner. He's still taking the lead. Much more jockeying for position behind him. I think we've got a lot more battling going on behind him. If we can take a little bit of an eye off the leader here for a second, I think we got some battling going on side by side through quarters 4 and 5 here. We're still going through the GP section before we send you on to the tougher part of the course. That's right, the parts of this 176 corner course. Here we got, I think that is Jake Dick running alongside of Andrew Williams, side by side down into Michael Schumacher. Does he have something? No, he doesn't. He's got Lucas Moody beside him in the McLaren shill, if you will. He's still behind. He's looking for a pass on his teammate Jake Dick with the 2 Ball State cars right there. He's going to make the pass as it comes through to Schumacher S there as well. Coming through and up the hill they go, heading into the next set of corners before they head down the long GP back straight. Well, I say long, it's not really that long compared to the rest of this track, before they head into the rally. Over there, I think that's Thomas Crump. He is now, he's looking quick behind. I don't know who that is ahead of him at this current moment in time. That's Robert Kiesel Jr. Sorry. Here comes. They're going to come through. They're not going to take the F1, chicane right there. They're going to take a little bit of a softer chicane before instead of making a left-hand turn, right-hand turn, to make a left-hand turn. And now they're on to the old track that has claimed so many lives, where Mr. Jackie Stewart said, "This is the green hell." So here we are. We are now into the thick of it here, Ricky.
Yeah, guys, this is going to be a super long race, super tough race, and quite frankly, we have a great field of cars here. We got started late, so we didn't get to do starting grid, but we do have 29 cars that are here tonight. We had 2 cars attempt to qualify, and they didn't make it. This track can be really tough, really difficult. Tons of corners, tons of straightaways, and not very wide. So not much room for racing as you go down the course. But I do have to say, this race is going to be attrition. Nice and warm, not raining like some of the other races we've seen. So it's just going to be a true battle. The mentality from all these drivers, and a little bit of reckless. See some of that later in this race with the fatigue. There's a lot to talk about, and there's a lot of time. A lap around here takes about 8 minutes. So we're going to be sitting on laps for quite a while. As you guys know, just as previous races, 2-hour race. We had 20 minutes qualifying to try and give some drivers some extra time to qualify. As I said, 29 qualified. Alif was on pole. A couple of other people up front. Cale, Edwin, your typical up front. Chris Parise, Jake Cummings, Thomas Crump qualified up front. Ben Fiore up front. Whitlock and Robert Kiesel and Halterman. Those are your top 10. A couple other big names. Placencia is there right outside the top 10. Drew Williams, I wouldn't call him a big name, but he's in this field. You got Aiken Lamar, two-time FC winner. Jason Wallet, Titan Sport, Luke Smoody, and a couple of other good names, as you've probably heard. So we'll have plenty of racing for you here today around the Green Hill.
Yes, we will. A little small note for the Alex Xfinity fans out there. He was the first small casualty. He did spin on the GP circuit. He gets held up there by, I believe that's somebody else in front of him. Going to try to get, that's Donovan Kennedy. Donovan Kennedy has been around. He has heavy damage. In fact, he's crabbing. We haven't even made it.
Oh, Fiore! Oh, sorry, Stecklenburg looking at FC numbers. 55 around, and he is dead. He's taken out 65 with him. That might be Jacob Dick, I believe.
I believe it just
Oh, that's
might
Nick
be
Henley, sorry.
Nick Henley around. That is, you're right, Stecklenburg. He's in the wall. We've got two
Here's a replay
deaths.
of it.
Donovan Kennedy and Stecklenburg both around before they could even complete the first lap of
There's
this
that replay
very,
for you
very
guys.
long course.
Very, very tough, and like I said, very, very tight corners. Smart idea for him to tow there, and he is going to be waiting for a long tow. I don't know how long that tow is. I'm not sure if I'd like to know, but long tow for that driver.
A long tow for that car. You know, when your lap is 9 minutes long-ish, about 8.5 minutes really when you think about it, you have a lot of things that can go wrong. Just a little bit of a sneak peek for one of the questions tonight for our panelists who get to take on the game show Meister der Grünen Hole. There's 176 corners around this storied racetrack. Something for a lot of people to really, you know, look in mind as we go around the famous carousel, if you will. Looking forward and through. That's R. Muhammad Leaf and Cale Davidson and Edwin Onofre. Three cars in a very tight pack as through their, in qualifying, R. Muhammad Leaf and Cale Davidson both did 8:27s. Edwin Onofre did an 8:29, which 2 seconds around this place is like 2/10 when you think about it, because it's just that long of a track. I mean, these guys are probably going to be around each other all night long.
Yeah, there's, you know, we're going to get spread out, and it's a good thing that we have the game show tonight. Meister der Grünen Hole, as Mr. Nick Stockner said. I think we need to talk about a couple of other things while we're here. So this is our last race for the CSC series, Collegiate Sportscar Challenge, for the 2025, what is it, spring season? So we'll take our summer break. Oh, it looks like Nick Henley might have just wrecked it. Maybe we'll get a replay on that. This is our last race of the 2025 spring season for this series, and next season we are moving to multi-class racing as we get a replay, I believe. Yeah, we'll oh, he wrecked that Mustang in front. I watched it, so we'll take a look at it. So we're moving to multi-class next season, and so we'll get to do a couple of extra races. We're moving to a 6-race calendar for the CSC series, and of course 3 classes. More data and information to follow. So you know, if you're enjoying what you're watching, yeah, definitely, you know, join our Discord. Check out the links below in the subscription. If you're interested in joining, we'd love to have you. We're going to be celebrating. Oh, Nick Henley is dead. We are not going to be celebrating Nick Henley's death, but Nick Henley.
Oh, that's what happened. He turns the 20 car.
And
the
if we
Andrew Hordes.
Yeah, maybe if we can go like 5 seconds back on Nick Henley, not on this view, but like a couple seconds back, maybe 15 now.
Yeah, now he's in the pits. You know.
Oh, yeah, a little bit further.
That's the wall.
Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, I saw this live, you know, riding on board with Nick Henley. Just a little bit of oversteer. That's a bit of a bummer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a little bit of an update for you. R. Muhammad Leaf has completed a lap of the circuit. He has just now crossed the start-finish line, as well as the top 4 contenders. They have put in times of the 8:30 mark. Count that down. 8.5 minutes is what the first lap was for these drivers. An incredible feat for them. but we're already starting to see a little bit of a breakaway. We have a 4-car breakaway of Ar Muhammad Alif, Cale Davidson, Edwin Onofre, and Chris Parise. They're kind of all on the line there. Jake Cummings is a little bit on his own in 5th. He's 5 seconds back from this pack, but 3 seconds ahead of the next string of 4 cars, that containing Robert Kiesel Jr., Thomas Crump, Ben Fiore, and Ryan Whitlock. And then there's Clint Halterman, who's kind of on an island. And then another string of 3 cars. That's Mateo Jimenez, Jaime Plasencia, and Kelton Quick. So lots of cars stringing together, like a little bit of time with each other. Many cars now are coming around for their first lap. Some 8:59s being clocked in, some 9-minute times. Jason Wallach clocks in a 9:05, Titan of Sport there. Christian Kim with a 9:08, Wesley Shaw with a 9:09, Arpad Kovacs with a 9:11, and Finnerty is just now, actually Finnerty's time was not registered, and then Andrew Hordes had a 9:28, and that is the slowest time of cars that have actually come across the line to take the lap. 4 cars have unfortunately suffered damage, and we have retirements. Evan Main has retired, Donovan Kennedy has retired from the session. 29 cars, already down to 27 cars, and we are 10 minutes into a 2-hour race right now.
Yeah, I can't say I'm surprised, and I also would wager, I'd probably bet some good money that those 4 cars that are out of the race are not the only 4 cars with damage. This is going to be a trying and truly grueling race. And speaking of grueling and probably a little bit mean, what do you say we bring up our third leg of this esteemed panel?
Indeed. I think it is time to bring in the third member of the esteemed panel, Mr. Ryan Whitlock, who is on location, actually driving this race this evening. Guten Morgen, Ryan, if you believe it's the morning time. I don't know how to say good afternoon. But how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I mean, in a nice little 4-car battle here, we're all quick in different spots. I'm not really happy with the setup of this car right now. But, I mean, still top 10. Can't complain. And my CSC won off for the season.
Well, yes, indeed. We're not going to subject you to the game show because you've read the chat. You know exactly what the answers are.
Cheater.
So
Get him out of here.
I mean, what we could do is I could give you the game show in German. I have recited that.
Right. Not a lick of Jordan. German.
Jorgen? Yep, close enough.
Jorgen von Strangle, fairies. But, thinking about everything you've got going on here, this is your one-off for the season. It's been a great season, panelists and all. But what is one thing you wish could have been done differently about CSC this season, looking back on?
I wish I could apply ballast to individuals rather than cars. Like, it's really obvious who I'm talking about, but I unironically don't think success ballast would be the end of the world in CSC. Like, I really don't. WEC literally did it in real life for a time. So, that's my take.
It would make sense, but I mean, that there are other people who drive the Ferrari, and that would be a detriment to them. But
yeah, that's why I wish I could do it per individual, not per car.
Oh, of course, but you could just secretly tell everybody who else who drives the Ferrari, hey, don't try the Ferrari this week. And I won't give you a drive-through. I'm ballasting a Leaf to hell. And sorry for people home. But spreche ich Deutsch. So obviously, but we're going to. It's kind of been leaked a little bit around, and now it's publicly been announced. What's it called? Multi-class is a thing that is going to happen next year, where we're going to have all 3 IMSA classes. I personally think LMP3 got snubbed, but what do I know? You know, what are you looking forward to the most with a multi-class dynamic for this panel?
For the panel or for the series in general?
Well, for the panel and for the series in general.
I think in general, I mean, you know, these are going to go hand in hand. Multi-class traffic management is going to be the name of the game in all three classes. I think that's just one of the things that makes IMSA so good in real life. And I think, you know, not to knock GT3 only racing, but it just doesn't produce. I'm right off the ass right now. Excuse my French. I just don't think GT3 only consistently produces the racing moments that multi-class does. So I think it's going to be more fun for the drivers participating. I think it's going to be more fun for us to commentate. And I think it's just going to like add more variety to the series. A series that already has plenty, actually.
You are. I pretty much echo those exact sentiments. I think, you know, if going to multi-class and especially like holding people in check with parameters of, you know, you're only at this license level, you can only drive a GT3, you know, being pretty much almost to our own version of an IMSA system, I think really will go a long way towards creating exciting moments and having, you know, special things occur. And you know, I'd be a little bit biased in saying, you know, a Steam panel on location may occur next year where your entire panel is driving the Road Atlanta circuit. So we'll just see what happens.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to sort out like
the esteemed panel.
which race.
The esteemed panel is going to be every one of us is going to be in a different car, from what I thought, right?
Quite possibly, yeah. It sounds like Ricky, you want to do P2, yeah.
I think I'm going to be in the P2. I think Stockner's going to be in LMP.
I'm going to be in a GT3.
Yeah, GT. Yep. Oh, you're going to be in the GT3.
Well, there is no LMP3, even though I wish the LMP3 class would be created for me. I could be the dentist in the field.
Your prototype challenge for real.
You know.
Yeah,
so then, Whitlock, you got to run GTP.
Yeah, I hope to do a race or two in their Curva.
There you go.
I'm a Honda fanboy. So.
Let's talk, while we're talking about CSC and we're talking about the future of the league, I think that road racing right now is, quite frankly, at the highest that it's been in a long time. We've seen, I mean,
sure.
other than tooting my own horn, I think that the viewers would be able to say that road racing in the FC side has been the largest that it's been. And we've also gotten some great oval racing in the future. And in spirit of collaboration between the esteemed panel and also all of us as series directors, we've decided to kind of do a little bit different how we plan the next season's schedules. We're looking at collaborating with the Oval director, Oval Series, Mr. Nick Stackner, and Drew Williams for our Oval races next season in Formula College. And vice versa, they'll be looking from the Oval side to collaborate with Whitlock and I for the road races in the Oval Series. And it should be stated that Ryan Whitlock and I will become co-Road Series directors next season, which is some big news that has just been leaked for the first time here on the esteemed panel, if you will. So more news to follow on that. But Ryan, what are you looking forward to the most in our partnership?
I don't think it's gonna change a lot of the about the series themselves. I mean, like UFC schedule, help each other out. Basically, same with CSC. I'll just get a little bit more of your help, you know, possibly enforcing those license requirements on the three classes. Like, I don't think functionally it's going to change a lot. I just think it's going to, you know, make sure each product gets the attention it deserves, and the rising tide will, I think, lift all the boats in this league.
That's a great point. Nick Stockner, you got anything to add before I close out this point?
I don't really, you know, it's been leaked more around the league than anything else, but I'm taking a step away from solo cup directing. Life has certainly occurred, and the taking charge of it's still safe to say, but steadily by the day, it seems to be challenged. The marquee product of CILs in a lineup of opportunities being the Cup Series, working once again with Drew. It's always been where there's a Cup director and then a guy behind the scenes who comes up with the ideas, but now with the fact that FC has kind of stepped into, at least a third of its schedule as ovals, my personal expertise on ovals is in the Indy cars, so it just makes sense to, focus on each other's styles. Drew and I are very good at focusing on oval racing, and Rick and Ryan are very good at focusing on road racing, and it's going to go a long way in preventing the all too infectious disease known as burnout, where we put our heart and souls into this, and we just need to be able to maintain ourselves and our own lives as well as maintain this wonderful league.
Absolutely.
While people, don't volunteer but should, volunteer. Please come on.
Yeah, that's a plug for volunteers and all of us, obviously. Yeah, stewards and producers. That's what we need. That's right. And I think to close this out, this will do numbers for the league, as Ryan said. Rising tide rises all boats, and I think that's super important when you look at how much we've grown, both in competition and in number of competitors, but also in racecraft over the last couple seasons. And so I think that we're at a point now where we need to really focus on putting all of our best eggs in the basket. Little Easter reference coming up. So I think that we'll take a look, and I think we're really excited. And I will say, going co-partners with Ryan Whitlock helps almost ensure that we're not going to have Phillip Island multi-class. So gotta love it. we might sneak in a Sandown, but
no way.
Not
Sandown multi-class would be stupid.
That'd be awesome.
But I'm gonna try to sneak it on the SD schedule. I'm gonna try.
He's gonna try.
Oh, I'm really bad at it.
He's gonna try, but don't worry. Las Vegas will return to IndyCar racing. We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna honor and respect the lives that have been lost, but we will return to the storage grounds. He is close. He's very close. He's sniffing some diffuser air out of Ben Fiore, Mr. Italian himself. He calls himself a member of the island of Mid. He's over there in P8. He's got the number 81 car in P9. For someone who's very, inexperienced with road racing, why is the Nürburgring got this really famous race when it's basically as thin as a piece of spaghetti?
Something German Monaco? I don't know. Gotta ask a couple questions.
It's just such a famous track. So much history in sports car racing. It's just a challenge. It's probably one of the biggest challenges in road racing. To a certain extent, that's what racing is about, is stepping up to unique challenges. So, given the switch to multi-class next season for CSC, which would be not good at this track, that was our last chance to do it. GT3 all night.
But it already has multi-class racing, so I think we need to put it on there.
At the Grand Prix circuit, sure.
No, we're gonna put GTPs on the Nordschleife. We're gonna make it happen.
Hopefully your tires are warm by when you get on the actual break.
We're gonna make it happen. But
ladies and gentlemen,
let's get back to
Mr. Whitlock.
We'll play it back in again for another conversation, because Crump is now getting a little bit of taste of the Italian stallion up there in PA. That's Mr. Ben Fiore. And then, really, if anything, Robert Kiesel is holding these guys up. We got him hit. Oh, he's hit him. He has hit him, Mr. Whitlock.
He did a bump and run, baby. Yeah, that was your fault. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, there's not a lot he could have done there either. Crump checked up in front of us. Exactly what the Italians.
Do I have a front end, guys?
You do have a front end on our end, but I think you may have a tiny bit of damage there, sir. Let me do a little bit of spotting for you on the fly.
Yeah.
You look clean, buddy. You look clean right now. I'd have your damage checked.
Yeah. All right, well, we're going to let Ryan Whitlock figure that out on his own. Bye, Ryan.
If you guys want me back at any point, just drag me in. I mean, I am part of these team now.
We certainly will.
Yeah. And that's the third leg of the Ryan Whitlock of the esteemed panel that you've been waiting to hear. So we're all here, Nick.
Yeah, we are here. It's been a little. It's been a long time coming. We got a show on for this evening. I think. Let me check and see if this guy is ready to take on a game show. I believe he is. So game show music ready. But first, before we begin, obviously going to open it up once again to the viewers of the evening. If you got any questions to ask our drivers as we pull them in, please do. Plenty of questions to ask this evening. We're working alongside Jake Dick, who's running ahead of two-time FC winner Aiken Lamar, and just in front of both of them is Mr. Clint Howard, my cookie bear. We're going to take a look at, we're going to pull him in here, our first game show person of the evening.
Look, Hunter!
Boom! Here is,
Thank you, everybody.
here is Guten Morgen, Drew.
Guten Tag, Guten Tag.
Oh, there it is. That's the one.
If you believe it is Guten Tag, that's hello, but I'm trying to say good evening. I need to do a little bit of research. But Mr. Drew Williams, 5 right and a cry about it. How you doing?
Doing good. I'm glad you caught me close enough to the straightaway that I can breathe for a second. This track is a little bit of work.
Just a tad. I was behind the scenes for your practice. You were quite frustrated with this track, actually. Tell me, and you were actually a little bit frustrated with Lucas Moody there. But go figure. Frustration with Ball State. That's the theme of CIL. What exactly happened there with him?
So it seemed he must have messed up his qualifying. He's a quick driver, and an aggressive driver, but that's fine. The problem is just that he's starting further back than he would have qualified, and that leads to a lot of eagerness to get a move on in the first lap, while me and Jordan here were going at a mentality of it's an endurance, it's a 2-hour, and we're going to take it a little bit slow. But Moody here, very, very eager to get a move on, and conflicting plans for that first couple laps.
He certainly is. He's actually got some damage as he's passing you here into the hairpin of the GP circuit. He's got some front end damage, so he's definitely got some aero compromises, as that is Wesley Shaw, who is already a lap down. I mean, that takes talent. And Nick Henley's actually 4 minutes behind. Drew, you are now officially 1 minute behind the lead, and you have completed only 3 laps. How does that feel?
It feels accurate. It's been a lot less of how fast you can go at the moment, and more just who you're behind. We're all so bunched together still. We're like pack racing right now.
That's completely fair. Are you ready to be in the game show?
Let's do it.
Welcome, Guten Tag, to the game show, Mr. Drew Williams. Meister de Grünenholen. Are you ready for the game show? You have 2 options before we begin. Obviously, get these questions right. You can, move on, and, we will, let you thank you people. You have 2 options. The easy option lets you only get about 30 seconds of time to speak. The hard option is you get a lot of time to speak. Would you like the easy option or the hard option?
We'll go easy. I don't think I can talk for more than 30 seconds at a time at this track.
Okay, let's go with the easy option. This one, I'm going to need you to give me an exact answer. How many corners are on this track you are racing tonight?
So this layout.
How many corners are you driving?
So I believe the Nordschleife is 167, and I'm going to say the GP part is, we'll say 19. Why would I pick that number? That's hard math. 160, 180, 186, 185? Say 186.
Oh, no, you're actually a little bit too high. It's 176. Yes, you are correct that you're going to drive on 167 corners on the Nordschleife, but the GP circuit only counts 9 corners. So
Brutal.
you will only drive on 176 corners. You didn't even make it past the first question, but before we go, anybody that you would like to, give me one person you want to thank.
I want to thank Hunter Hedesti for having a poor qualifying effort and a drive-through, and the fact that he's behind me just brings me a lot of confidence.
Well, Hunter
Get him out of here. That's all we needed
to hear. He thanked Hunter Hedesti. I didn't ask for why. I just asked for one person. So,
as they would say in German, "Osi Irios." That was terrible, but it means get him out of here. Get him out of here. We don't need him.
You know, Os Irios. Yep, you're correct.
Irios. Yep. There we go.
Yep, we're
Get him out of here.
you know, you could say, Vin Sebet, if you will.
Yep. Yep. There you go.
Don't worry, our German attempts are only going to get more confusing and more questionably. Hunter's over the radio.
Yeah, Hunter's a little angry on the radio right now.
He's saying that Hunter would not catch him. In fact, it is live saying that he would not catch him. But here is everything that we need to hear. We're gonna bring him in for a little bit of a talking. Mr. Hedesti, welcome to the panel.
Oh, Lucas Moody's on.
Guten Tag, if you will. Vince Bete. So, Guten Tag, Vince Bete.
Great to be here too.
Great, yeah, exactly. So, Mr. Hedesti, you took a drive-through for changing cars. You are now
That we did.
the esteemed Beamer.
Benzibet.
What? Yeah, Vince Bete. Why?
Purely a drivability standpoint. I could do the same lap time in the Acura, but if I lose the rear end in it, I'm not finishing this race. I mean, that's kind of true for any car. Oh my God!
Oh, somebody's around. Oh, we need a replay. We need 30 seconds back on Clint Alterman.
That is Clint Halterman. He's around. He looks to have very minimal, if no damage at all.
That looks like a Jacob Dick murder, if I'm honest.
Woo.
Yes, it is.
Nothing like Clint jump scare to get your heart rate up 50 BPM.
Love it.
But Clint had he has a tad bit of front end damage. He's actually driving his old scheme from back when he was a student. But, yeah.
Some people would want to penalize that, actually.
Some people would, but I'm not one of them. But here, who are we riding along with? Oh, this is Hunter. He's riding alongside. He is right behind Drew Williams. He's sniffing that sweet, sweet diffuser, going through the Carousel, Vince Bete.
Not my strongest corner in this car.
Not your strongest corner. He did lose a little bit of time to the rear engine Porsche. But, Hunter, are you ready to be part of our game show?
Yeah, let's get on with it, baby.
All right. Welcome, willkommen, guten Tag, to the game show called Meister der Grünen Hole. It is our great game show. Once again, same kind of game show as everyone else. Going to ask you some questions. We have two different versions. We have the hard version and we have the easy version. The easy version means you get about 30 seconds to, speak your mind, say what you need to say. The hard version, we'll give you as long as you want.
Hard version, I am already at 100% brain capacity, so just fire away.
Hard version.
You want the hard version?
You got it. First question. Wie werde kurven at die strecke?
Perfect Nugan.
That's incorrect. The answer is 176. We thank you for trying. Hunter, would you like to know what I said in German?
I would love to know what you said in German.
How many turns are on the track you're driving?
Ah.
But Hunter, for at least trying the hard
Hold
version.
on. Wait. Let him try to get the answer in English before we give him any.
Okay, so we're gonna give it now. We're gonna.
Wait,
give
we
the
just
answer
gave him
in-
the answer. Hold on. What's the answer?
177.
No, he's still got it wrong. Get him out of here.
my
Get him out of here.
goodness.
He had a lifeline. Oh, the lifeline of the century, and he can't even count.
Nice.
Unbelievable. He had a chance. Gave him a golden lifeline.
Oh
And he
boy.
still ruined it.
That is terrible.
Well, he's on the straightaway now, so now he can really sit and think about what he just did. So, perfect timing.
Yeah, but you know, thank you, Kalopsy, for saying Pog Game Show. I think it's a Pog Game Show.
Kalasipi Hype, resident Australian of the CIL.
But here we go. That is Ben Fiore. He has just made a pass once again on Thomas Crump, the Italian stallion, if you will. He's made another pass. He's back up to P7 on Crump. Ryan Whitlock has unfortunately kind of, fallen behind this string of 3 cars after that little bit of damage. I think there is some sustained damage from that battle with Ben Fiore. Other than that, these cars have about 45-ish minutes of fuel in the tank, and we're getting very close to that first pit stop. For whatever reason or purpose, these cars have about 5 laps of gas. But that's what happens when you're on a 17-mile circuit. As we have, this is Clint Halterman battling Titan of Sport Jason Wallet.
Yeah, he needs a better paint scheme.
He needs a better paint scheme. For some reason, his paint scheme didn't show up this week, but Clint does get around him. I believe that is for the 18th position. Clint was, as also Christian Kim gets around Jason Wallet. Jason Wallet is bleeding spots out here in the GP circuit. He's definitely one of those people looking for spots through attrition, if you will. But Vincebetta, sorry. Drew Williams, not Drew Williams, Clint Halter. Drew Williams is still ahead of Hunter Haddisty. This is a battle for 15th position. Behind them is the 23 car of Jordan Rickey, who is in the back livery for some reason. On my screen, he has a different paint scheme, but, I believe we maybe
These are trying times,
We have a small paint issue this evening. Sorry to the folks at home.
Yeah,
but
we gotta draw 176 corners. It's hard to draw, an extra 29 paint schemes too.
Yeah, we're working with what we got here. No offense to our esteemed producer.
That's right.
Nathaniel Crone.
We need a nameplate with the esteemed producer. He's definitely earned it this season. Big shout out to Nathaniel Crone.
He's earned the title of the we're rolling smooth with him.
It's pretty hard to put up with all of this nonsense, let's be honest.
I mean, obviously, Muhammad Alif has pulled out to a 6.8 second lead. He's on his own now as he climbs through the green hell, Grunenhole. Cale Davidson behind, 6 seconds behind. He still has Chris Parise hot on his tail. And then Edwin Onofre has also fallen back just slightly. He is sitting in the 4th position. There is R. Muhammad Ali. He is in the lead. He's just having a ball. Not really getting bothered by nobody or anyone in particular, but he's just out there trying his best, I guess. Car in the pit for damage. Any Andrew Horns fans out there? He's got some rear end damage to repair. 4 laps in, he is 3 minutes off the pace. Believe it or not, he's not a lap down. He's just crossed again.
Has gotten by Drew Williams there.
Yes, good for him.
Lucas Moody now.
Indeed. And NC State driver Mateo Jimenez in 23rd. He's out there rolling, same as Nick Henley. And Nick Henley is in 24th position. He is just about to come out and cross the line for the Grand Prix Strecke, if you will, Vincebete. He takes the 23rd spot away from Mateo Jimenez, who I believe is on the backstretch of the, what's it called? I think it's the Gesamtstrecke, sorry, the Nordschleife. He is up there now, coming through the backstretch, looking to get into the next lap of this race. It'll be his 5th lap when he clocks it. He's about 5 minutes off the pace. A lot of cars here, there, and everywhere. Hit the 40-minute mark. They're all over the place. We're back with the closest battle on track right now. This is Ben Fiore, the Italian stallion, running alongside Thomas Crump in the P7 right there. He's having actually Thomas Crump is in P7. Ben Fiore is in P8. The pass did occur with Robert Kiesel, who's been minding his business, but holding them up in P6. He's been having a good time. They're coming around the Niki Lauda incident corners right around here. They're coming around those right now. But with this track and just where it is, it's just very thin, just going through the hills of Germany. Not a lot left to be seen.
Country roads take me home. That's right. And speaking of these country roads, Nick, one of our next questions, if we ever get there, is how much it costs to take your car around the Nürburgring. It's actually a public track that you take your car around as long as there's not any racing going on the track. It's open to the public. And there is a fee associated with it. I believe it's $35. Is that right, Nick Stockton?
That is correct. You can pay 23 euros or $35.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And you can just have a little ball, if you will. Come in there and ride the track and have fun. You see all those YouTube videos all the time. People, wrecking their own personal cars trying to be Max Verstappen out here. But it's always fun to.
Oh, we've got a couple of those people in this race too. We already talked about Evan Mahan and Donovan Kidney, Stecklenburg, Wesley Shaw, both in the pits. Arpad Kovacs, I believe. Arpad's out after fixing damage, and Wesley Shaw's a lap down after fixing damage. Stecklenburg still parked. So a couple of those people that you're talking about there, Nick.
Yeah, Stecklenburg, I believe, has some pretty intense damage. He's still in the session. Donovan Kennedy and Evan Main, they have retired. They retired 10 minutes into this race, not to return. Wesley Shaw is a lap down. He's having an adventure. Tanmute, the team that he drives for, is a proud sponsor. This season, but Wesley Shaw is not having a great day for the Tanmute Eagles. He just completed a lap of 17 minutes the last time out. That for anyone who's counting, that's double the time that you really want to run. I don't fault him. I have heard reports that he drives in jeans and cowboy boots.
And I love Hot Mom t-shirts too.
Yes. I'm just here to say, doing this track in cowboy boots is hell.
Yeah. That's a little bit of bump drafting back here. We see right now.
A little bit. Are we at Talladega? Or are we in the
I think we finally got around Robert Kiesel there finally. And we got to be pitting here soon, aren't we?
We gotta be guys. Miguel Davidson, first Maurice, Edgar Nofre, and Jay Cummings, and our Muhammad
here we go.
are all in for the pits. That's right, people. These cars only have 5 laps of gas in the tank. They have used all of it, and they are heading in for the pit lane for fresh rubber and some fuel. All of the cars are coming in. It's kind of like, a stage of a really long rally race or something like that. Big gains there from cars like Crump and Parise, Crump and Fiore,
Looks like Onofre lost a spot on pit road, I think.
He,
Or was
you know,
definitely did.
he was in fourth. He was in fourth for
all
most
right.
of the time.
I've been corrected. Thank you.
He's been. It's kind of where he has stayed. The Bathurst winner is having a good show, but he is one who has openly admitted he is looking forward to being in a prototype next season in the multi-class version of CSC.
Can't blame him.
Can't blame him either. There has been a battle in the pit lane, and there is a battle that is won in the pit lane. Ben Fiore has passed Thomas Crump on the exit of the pit lane, and Robert Kiesel Jr. just behind them. He is very close to him now. That's a pass made on the pit straight. Ben Fiore gets out of there just slightly quicker than Thomas Crump, and that's all he needed to do to get that car out in front again in what I'm basically calling Group 2 of this event, where they're kind of just on their own, having their own little fun battle, and being involved. More cars in the pit lane. Looks like Jaime Placencia, Hunter Adesco, Drew Williams, Jordan Ricky, Clint Halterman. They are all into the pit lane now. Clint Halterman has actually caught up to a bunch of these guys. Lucas Moody, I believe, is also in pit lane. Yes, he is. He'll be the first car. Actually, Lucas Moody has lost more position to Drew Williams and Jordan Ricky, I believe, due to the damage. But actually, no, Drew Williams is back out there driving. I don't know if he pitted or not. I'd like to know if he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Don't listen to me. He pitted, and he is good to go. How is my Pookie Bear Stockner doing from Mr. Schulenberger? Well, Schulenberger.
Oh, Schulenberger, how cute.
How cute of you. We're not doing great. If you really want to know, we just completed an 11.5-hour workday, which is why we were late getting on this show. Walked into work at 8 o'clock, left at 7:30. But we're here. We're enjoying Oktoberfest early, if you catch my drift. But we're here and we're enjoying this great race halfway through and trying our best to get through it here. I'm going to take a small little 3-minute break, and I'll be actually not even a 3-minute break. I'm going to take about a 30-second break to grab supply, and I'll be right back.
While he's grabbing supply, if you will, Benzibitha, make sure you drop a like, and we're reading chat all night. This is the kind of race where it's a little bit more laid back, not quite the super vibrant esteemed panel that you see all the time, so make sure that you leave a chat, and we'll read your comment, and just like Schulenberger says, what a time to be alive, I tell you. Have fun, gentlemen, stay sexy. Thank you, Mr. Schulenberger, for stopping by the stream, leaving a like, subscribing to the iRacing League on YouTube, and being a good competitor. Thank you very much. Looks like Hunter and Jaime Placencia, I believe that might be. They've been getting closer and ebbing and flowing, if you will, on this green hell. Definitely easy, I think, at this track, at these bigger tracks, especially like this, to kind of latch on to a group of cars. You know, it's almost like driving through the mountains. If you live in a place where it's really foggy, I'm looking at you, Virginia. You always want to stay close to the people in front of you rather than be driving by yourself, because at least you have a reference point, right? So ebbing and flowing a little bit for those two cars. Gonna be an overtake coming soon, I think. Unfortunately, against.
What about Virginia? We're right back.
We're talking about how when you're driving through the fog, you know, like Mount Airy over there, you know, you you really, really, really want to stick close to that car in front of you, because sometimes you can't see a frickin' thing.
Oh, you're right. I mean, out here that can get doggy, but you know, in Virginia, you want to always have a buddy with you because you never know where they're gonna. But
That cut out, and I'm probably glad it did.
back to the lecture at hand. I believe this is Hunter Indesky. He's running up against Jaime Plasencia.
That's correct.
Sorry. He is ahead in 11th place with Aiken Lamar in 10th. You know, Aiken Lamar is somebody that is doing mighty decent, and I think I want to talk to him. So I want to pull him in. Aiken Lamar, welcome to the panel.
Hello.
It's a little quiet. We might need to get him turned up on the broadcasters.
He's a tad bit quiet for the broadcast, at least for the broadcast. Mr. Lamar, two-time winner in FC now. You know, I've got a fun little fact for you. Did you know that you have a 100% win rate on FC ovals if Nick Stockner spins off pit lane in them?
I did not know that.
That is
Well, I
guess,
breaking news as of last night. Our sportsbook started adding up the numbers together, the Stockner sportsbook, if you will, Ben Zibita, and yeah, that was quite the stat. So congrats on your second win, by the way, Aiken.
Thank you.
Yes, at Iowa last season, I spun off pit exit and you won, and then at Michigan, I spun off pit exit and you won. So, you know, you have a weird knack for winning those kinds of races, but you know, we didn't really get to talk to you too much yesterday. You know, and you're driving through the day, you're running in the top 10, having a good race, but you know, you're kind of on your own little island now. 9 seconds behind Ryan, 6 seconds ahead of Jaime. How's it been, and how did yesterday go for you?
So yeah, it's been pretty good. Yesterday was really fun. I had not anticipated. I hadn't really practiced a ton like I had for Iowa. I had practiced, you know, for a week or two for Iowa, and I only practiced like a day before for Michigan. So I was not expecting to have a level of pace that it did, but I'm not complaining.
Absolutely, absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen watching the chat, if you're you know, looking for something to do this long holiday weekend, and you want to go back and watch a race, yesterday's race, that finish is absolutely one that you're going to want to go back and watch. Tough race for the esteemed panel, as it seems to be very often these days, but Aiken Lamar pulls out a freaking stellar pass towards the end. Sorry for the spoiler alert. Still worth a watch. So yeah, congrats again, Aiken. Two-time FC Oval winner.
Thank you. You guys will get it eventually. Bad luck, you know, it goes away eventually.
Yeah, you know, Ricky Paz leads the most laps, and Nick Stockner has pit exit bars, and we still both can't win. So I don't know what's going on.
I heard those. I heard that.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean,
We'll figure it out.
Well, let me tell you what. We qualified on pole in Iowa, and yet somehow, because of, you know, a certain car that I'm not going to mention on the internet because of incrimination, I got held up by a lap car and I couldn't win Iowa. And then here, we're just, I don't even know what to say. But you know, Aiken, you're running in 10th here tonight. How much did you practice for this one?
I did the iRacing official race for this track, I think it was 2 weeks ago, the NEC. I did it in the Honda Civic, so not quite the same, but it helped me learn the track because I did not know this track very well.
That is
Got to
understandable.
love it.
For our Lucas Moody fans out there, especially Mrs. Moody, may want to call another intentional wreck sometimes, maybe not, but Lucas is out, wrecked for some reason. I do not know. I'm trying to get a read on exactly what occurred on his last lap.
I believe he said he missed a corner, if I heard him correctly.
Yeah, that car looks pretty damaged when he went into the pits. It took him a while to get out in the first place.
Trying to see if we can get to that moment there. I believe, yes, he comes out of the track. He's, riding around having, I think he does. Oh, he spun. He spun.
Oh, he spun and then just towed.
He self-spun on the GP circuit and just parked it. Didn't even want to make it to the end. That's a little bit unsportsman, but nevertheless, Aiken, are you ready to be a part of the game show?
Absolutely.
Guten Tag, guten Morgen, willkommen to Meister der Grünen Hut. A great game show here for this evening, Aiken. The rules are very simple. I'm going to ask you some questions. You get them right, and you get to have you get to have the floor. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. We got two different versions. We got the easy version where you get about 30 seconds to talk about what you want to talk about, and then you got the hard version where I'm going to tell you, I'm going to just give you the floor, talk for as long as you want. You want to take the easy or the hard version?
You only live once, so give me the hard version.
You got it.
You got it,
right,
brother.
Here we go. First question. Wie viele Kurven hat die Strecke?
We are racing at this track.
We cannot help you.
We cannot help you. That's your question.
Oh, that's the question.
That's the question.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we asked you a question. Don't ask us.
I'll
That's
repeat
true. I knew that.
I'll repeat the question for you. Wie viele Kurven hat die Strecke?
Gonna need an answer, Mr. Eagle.
Nordschleife? I can't accept that question. I will allow a pass here. Do you want to know the question in English?
Yes, please.
How many curves are on the track you are driving?
134.
That's also just incorrect. The answer is 176. Aiken, for being a good sport, name me one person you would like to thank.
My girlfriend.
All right, well,
Perfect. That's it.
This is for Aiken Lamar's girlfriend. They're hard to come by these days,
That's all they needed to say. Women. Am I right?
Whoa, we can't be saying that on the stream. But speaking of women, Michael James says that the moms are missing a Wesley Shaw cam tonight. So quite a bummer for the moms. Sorry, Wesley Shaw not available tonight. Very unfortunate.
He's not even in here for me to talk to him. I mean, I'd love to talk to Wesley Shaw about specifically that pick of a kind of a shirt and cowboy boots and jeans. But I digress. I'm looking for some people to talk to here. We're getting to the halfway point here. These guys are on lap 6 of their runs right now. They're on their first. They're still on the first lap post their pit stop, but they're having a ball. Hunter was able to get around Jaime. Actually, Jaime's back around Hunter, so Jaime is in 11th. Aiken Lamar's still in 10th. Actually, I'm going to see if I can pull him in, see if he's on his own. He is on his own. Let's talk to Alex Finnerty. Finnerty, welcome to the panel.
Hello.
How are you this evening?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you guys?
We're hanging in there, One panel is short because he's driving with you, but nevertheless. I did see. Oh, you avoided a little bit of spinning there, I guess. What are I guess who will be on board with there, Mr. Producer Man?
I think that was Clint.
Oh,
Yep.
You avoided a spinning Clint?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, not again for Clint. He spun twice.
Yeah, I think he's got a lot of damage right now.
That's not good at all. But oh, I'm on a replay. Never mind. That's why. He's got a lot of damage. That car is rightfully damaged. You just avoided him, which that's good for you. But you had a little bit of an adventure. You spun on the beginning of the race.
No, I just started from the pit lane.
Oh well, that's fair. I wouldn't put it past you. But anything of note this evening? You are 2.5 minutes behind the lead. If you wanted to know.
Ooh, that's fun. Let's see, has anything happened? I checked out the Smoothie King menu. That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm listening to a podcast.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Well, yeah. Any good weather recently?
Not really. I mean, we have some pretty bad air quality in South Carolina.
Well, when do we not?
This is true.
For those at home who don't know, Alex Finity has a degree in meteorology. A shocking number of CIL drivers from UNC Charlotte have a degree in meteorology. But you know,
they have a pipeline going.
And I don't know why. I don't know how. Clint Halterman should have gotten a degree in meteorology, but he chose to be a nerd and did math. But I digress. Alex, are you ready to be on the game show?
Sure.
Guten Tag, willkommen, guten Morgen, whatever you want to say. I'm saying it in German. Sprechen Sie Deutsch. Welcome to the game show.
Titan of the sport just absolutely punted a Ball State car. Sorry. Okay, back to the game show.
Oh God. We're gonna have to take a look at that later. But Meister der Grünen Hole is the name of this game show. Mr. Alex Finnerty. The game show is very simple. I'm gonna ask you some questions. Oh, that's a death. I don't know who we killed. I think he may have killed Nick Henley, or he killed Jacob Dick. I guarantee he killed Jacob Dick. That's what happened. Yeah, he killed Jake Dick. Or Kelton Quick, maybe. I think something. It may be. But so
It
Mr.
is Kelton
Finnerty,
Quick because he just left.
Okay, Mr. Finnerty. So the name of the game is very Meister der Grünen Hole. Just some questions. The questions are very. I've got the hard version, or I've got the easy version. If you get these questions right, if you get the easy version questions right, I'm going to give you the floor for 30 seconds. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about. If you get the hard version right, I'm going to just give you the floor. You can talk for as long as you want. Which version would you like? The hard version or the easy version?
Ooh, let's go the hard version.
All right, this is my favorite. Question number 1. Wie viele Kurven hast du Strecke?
14?
Oh, that is so wrong. Just because I'm a nice guy, I'm going to ask you the question in English. How many corners are there on the track you're driving?
Oh. 169.
That's
Oh
also
my God!
wrong.
Get him out of here! Not even a goodbye. See you later.
Oh, wow.
Don't even give him a chance. If you're gonna get it wrong the second time, goodbye.
I'm just like the confidence at 14. Oh God.
Why don't we ask my favorite Eurobeat user? Let's see if we can get him in here. No. Christian Kim, you are live with the esteemed panel of wenn Sie bitte.
Oh my god. Yeah, I've been waiting for this day since birth. Hi, Mom. How you doing? All right.
As you guys might not know, Christian Kim has a habit of keeping his road rating under 1,000, and then on the day of gaining like 200 road rating just to be able to show up. So how is that for you today?
Yeah, it was fantastic. I placed first 3 times in a row, and it just allowed me to be able to participate in this fantastic race.
Tell us a little bit about your method of Euro beat nonsense.
Well, it's quite simple, really. You just gotta zone out and just listen to the flow, man, and then you just perform better. That's pretty much how it goes.
That is quite the statement.
That's what I'm doing right now with my broken left front wheel axle. It's just I'm
Left
zoning
front
out.
wheel axle. Wow, that's a new
Suspension.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow. New track, new car parts. I mean, I don't even know this.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. I was gonna
Left
say.
front wheel axle. That's the part
Well-
that I've never heard of on a car.
You know what? I gotta be honest. I'm really excited for this game show. Christian, you want to play the game show?
I'd love to play the game show.
Willkommen, guten Tag, guten Morgen, for those who speak German, sprechen Sie Deutsch. Welcome to the game show, Meister der Grünen Hole. I am going to ask you some questions, and you got to get them right to win the game show. There's the easy version, and then there's the hard version. The
Alright.
easy version, if you get them right, I'll give you like 30 seconds to, have the floor. If you get them all right, the hard version, I'm going to give you the floor for as long as you want. It's yours till the end of the stream if you really want. But do you want the easy version or hard version?
You know what? We're gonna go with the easy version because I honestly still doubt my ability because I'm very curious to know what's going on here. But
Fair enough.
Understood. Okay.
Fair enough.
I respect a man who knows his limitations. Easy version. Question number 1: how many curves are on the track you're driving?
fuck.
Hey, we are driving. We've got.
Oh, okay.
To send Christian Kim to sensitivity training.
Oh my god, I'm
We-
so sorry.
Full dosage of sensitivity training.
We really need a disclaimer.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, that's
Speech
my
to all
bad.
the
My
children
bad.
and all of the Wesley Shaw mom fans out there. We know that he's got a potty mouth. We'll have to send him to training. Sorry about that.
Alright, okay.
Back to the
Answer-
question at hand,
Answer
Mr.
the
Kim.
question.
I will go out on a limb and say 196 or maybe more.
That's close, but no cigar. The answer's 176. But
Oh!
we're relatively close. I will commend you for that. The previous guy answered 14. So you just gotta be there to know. But
I didn't
Christian,
mean to press that again.
because this is your first time being on the panel, I'm gonna allow you to thank one person.
Thank one person. I'd like to thank, we'll say Ryan.
Perfect. Well, Nick Stockner just kicked himself out of the booth. Oh, Nick Stockner's back. We lost him for.
I don't know what I did, but
You and I were on the same page and took him out at the same time, and so.
I guess that's what happened. I did get to talk to some people I started commentating a race to a bunch to like 10 people.
Gotta love it.
Here we are. We're back in it. But ladies and gentlemen, you gotta understand this is not much the full stream. But 52 minutes left. Our Muhammad Ali now has an 11-second lead over Chris Parise, who is in second, with Cale Davidson in third, and Edwin Onofre in fourth. He's 13 seconds back, so kind of second through fourth is starting to come back together into their own little hodgepodge. And then really everybody else is just kind of on their own. That really the closest battle right now, if there is one, is Cale Davidson and Chris Parise. And actually, Chris Parise is Cale Davidson's actually back to fourth.
Yeah, there was a pass there that I think we missed. Cale made a mistake and went off track. And this battle, this opened up. I think Edwin before the pit cycle was about 8 seconds behind, and now it looks like he's right caught up, fighting for P2. So closest battle on track right now.
He is, and they're actually, within eyesight of our Muhammad Ali, believe it or not, for being as far back as they are, but you know, they can see him when they get on the straight. But that's about it. You know, once they get in these curves, he's a hard man to find. But through they go. This is really, if I had to say, if don't take this the wrong way, this is the battle for the Class B victory, if you will.
As our Muhammad Ali goes purple, that lap.
Yeah, the Class A is just ahead. He did an 8:28. I'd love to know what Chris Parise does right here as he crosses the line. Yeah, he did an 8:31. So yeah, I mean a 3-second gap, and that's a great lap from Parise. Just
absolutely.
That's the difference in driver, right there. I mean, a Leaf when it comes, he doesn't like to take this, but it's just facts. When we turn right, there's very little chance. That's why when Edwin Onofre won Bathurst, it was such an intense moment. He's actually the only other person to ever win a points-paying event in CSC. So
since the rebrand anyway.
Since the rebrand to this style of format, you know, he's the only other person to win the race if it pays points.
See, Unk status like Nick and I will remember races before the reformat, right? So turn 6 something Road Atlanta, right?
Yeah, you got some Road Atlanta, you got some Sean Campbell, you got some, you got a lot of things, but and you have the fact that Ryan Whitlock's only chance at ever getting a championship in GT3 fell apart at a turn in Road Atlanta. We're not going to name that turn.
In Braselton, by God, Georgia, right?
Braselton, Georgia. It's Braselton, Georgia, and Hall by God County.
Oh, there you go.
I'm going to look forward to that race because, you know, I always look forward to being in Hall by God.
Hey, Stockner, I don't mean to derail the esteemed panel. We were getting so much done tonight, but I think we've got some beef in the chat from your favorite law student who writes a 20-page paper every time he does something wrong. He says, I don't speak German, but I swear Nick is saying different words every time. I think we got some beef here.
Well, buddy, if you want to know anything, just know that I'm trying my best. I don't claim to speak German. I'm gonna be truthful with you. I can read it. I can't really speak it. I'm using a lot of Google Translate. I'm gonna be quite clear with you.
Hey, the law doesn't care about your Google Translate. The law cares about.
You know, if you want to sue me in the court of law, go right ahead. I really just don't care.
I gotta bring someone in here real quick. Hey, Ryan Whitlock, we have some news for you.
Yeah?
Chat says, if Ryan is going for having the biggest gap in front of him, he sure is being successful. Someone remind him he's supposed to catch the cars in front of him.
Who said that?
I can't tell you. See you later, buddy. Have a good one. That was Brandon Schulenberger from our chat.
That's a teammate.
That's a teammate.
But
I'm not about to go and say that one.
I'm gonna take a quick little tiny break here for a commercial break, brought to you by DoorDash.
That's eerily familiar to the Wingstop commercial that those Ball State guys took not too long ago. Broadcast man, do we have a commercial lined up? Can we?
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Sorry about the quick ad break there, friends. You know, United States has enacted quite a few laws where we got to pay the bills, and sometimes we got to pay the bills. But hey, we've got some good news. Let's see if we can get a look at Ryan Whitlock fighting for P8 right now, somewhere on this godforsaken trek. I don't know where we are. I don't know. It's like probably corner 120. I mean, I'm not counting. But you know what? This is quite the race. I hope you're enjoying it. I definitely am tired as heck. But let's talk about the real good thing, okay? For those of you students that are going to school, you probably have tomorrow off school. Oh my God, somebody's dead. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's Ryan Whitlock. Oh my God, get the tarps. Wait, where's the translation for it? Hold on, let me find it. Where's the get the tarps translation? Oh my God, where is it? Up. Hold the planen. Get the tarps. He might be dead. I don't know. That's probably the most exciting thing that's happened all day. Uh, um, yeah, definitely not a commentator's curse. So let's pretend that didn't happen. It's the tariff's fault, actually. Let's read the chat. Must have to pay for the subscriber premium edition to get rid of these ads. Yes. Wyatt Burton says if this finish of this race isn't closer than .008, that just proves FC superiority. I'm not allowed to comment, but yes. If you pay for premium, it just cuts to a shot of Ricky. It's worth it. I don't know what premium you're paying for, Michael James, but definitely not me. Shout out to Mr. Producer Man, Andrew McManus says shout out to the producer. So Nathaniel Crone, shout out. Ryan lost a spot. He took our advice. I think he lost. He's going to lose a couple more than one spot, Mr. Schulenberger. Shout out to Ricky Paz, my other goat. Andrew McManus hype. Gotta love it. Let's see. That could not have been better timing for what Ricky was saying. You know what, Michael James? You might be 100% right. The NSX is too heavy? I don't know, man. I'm just the road series director. I don't weigh these cars. Nick, are you back yet? This is the most I've talked all day.
We're
he's here. All right.
Tonight's special ad is brought to you by I'm door dashing McDonald's because I'm fat. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, looks like it's the Ricky Paz podcast for a little bit longer. I know chat loves a little bit of a Ricky Paz podcast. Let's see. We got a little bump draft in here. This is Edwin and the number 8 car of Chris Parise. Do we ever know how to say this name? No, of course not. I think, couple. Let me put on my uncat for a little bit. A couple seasons ago. This is like 2 seasons ago, actually. We used to have a chat for how to pronounce people's names. And that was really helpful when people actually looked at it. We never looked at it, but it's there, and I think we should bring it back just in case we want to look at it. So, whatever, they complete lap 9 and they begin lap 10. We have lost Kelton Quick, as we said earlier. We have lost Mateo Jimenez just recently, so sorry to all those Jimenez fans out there. Let's look at chat a little bit longer. Ooh, Paris is drifting. I don't know. I might just be a IndyCar driver, but that don't look right. I don't know. Let's see. Hey, Ricky Paz, who wins in a fight, a black bear or a gorilla? Wrong. Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
And we're back.
What's the usual McDonald's order for Mr. Nick Stockner?
Oh, well, you see, I am a fat ass, so I just ordered me
Sensitivity training again. Here we go.
God Christ almighty, I gotta go to sensitivity training, and I've gotta,
Jeez.
we really need a
You know,
disclaimer.
wait, hold on. This is why we need those commercials. We have to pay for the sensitivity training. That's
Yeah,
the real
I
problem.
mean, Christ. I mean, we're out here to the fans at home. The typical Nick Stockner McDonald's order is: I get a bacon double quarter pounder, no pickle, no mustard, no ketchup. I get a
What,
large
did you just
combo.
get like just the freaking beef then and the
I
cheese?
get beef, cheese, bacon, and onions, baby. I don't need no liquid. And then I get extra salt on the burger, get extra salt in the fries. Give me a large Coke Zero with it because I got to be healthy a little bit. And then give me a 10-piece nugget to boot. That's gonna be a great meal right there.
We are gonna lose Nick
Um,
Stockner in 5 years from a freaking heart attack from this
That's
double
okay,
triple.
buddy. That's I need a quadruple bypass and supersize.
Oh, we're getting a pass. We might be having a pass. Oh, dang it.
Oh my golly!
Well,
Chris
while
Parisa,
you were gone, we lost
sent
Ryan
it.
Whitlock.
I did see that.
Also, chat says it's Paris. Like Paris? What if it's like Parisi, like Reese's? You know, Parisis.
Has written out here saying, "What do you mean, no ketchup or mustard?"
Facts.
I'm gonna say a hot take here.
McDonald's app is clutch. That's a huge take. I think.
A good hamburger, regardless of where it's from, has enough, has enough juice in the burger from being cooked properly to where you don't need sauce. That is my hot take. You know, Stockner combo meal partnership coming soon. Why, if I had enough play with McDonald's, honestly, my combo meal would be. Actually, this is going to be a little bit of a hot take. Back in the day, I used to play high school basketball with my high school basketball teammates. Because being 6'7" and all. Our team before games at home, we would walk down to the McDonald's down in the middle of Main Street as Edwin Onofre and Chris Parise go side by side. And a track part of the track is not really side by side. There's Edwin and Onofre on the pass. But I would go down to the McDonald's before home games, and I would get 100 nuggets, and I eat 100 nuggets before
100
a game. Yeah.
That's almost a nugget for every 2 corners around this track.
It would be, and I had such a high metabolism, I could do 100 nuggets and not really feel a thing, go drop 20 and 10, and then, and then walk home because my house was right next to the high school. So that's really what we were doing back in the day. Now I'm just fat, but eventually metabolism catches up with you.
We've lost Ben Fiore due to packet loss.
The Italian Stallion is out with an internet issue that's actually going to benefit, I believe it's going to benefit Hunter Hidesti and Robert Kiesel.
Hey, Ryan Whitlock, you're muted, but I just wanted to let you know that you don't have a rear bumper. I figured I'd just let you know that. He's probably not even here. He probably got out of his IndyCar cockpit, this guy.
Ryan is...
That's a bummer.
If I know Ryan right now, he does not want to be talked to. He is quite angry.
That's okay. We'll get rid of him. See you later. Get him out of here. Right back to wherever he was. Just wanted to let him know.
Ben Fiore has returned.
Let's take a look at that rear end of Ryan Whitlock just so we see what it looks like. Yeah, that's we got a couple parts missing back there. I don't know. Nick Stockner fueled by Nuggies. Facts.
Incredibly infamously rare L take from Stalker. Don't know who Stalker is, but I mean, we'll find him for you if you think.
God, I love Nick Stocker. What a good guy.
You gotta have ketchup or mustard. Gonna have another hot take for you. I don't like mustard.
Mustard's not good.
I think it's disgusting. I think it's gross.
Ketchup is much better.
I really do not like mustard. I will enjoy some good ketchup on my fries. That's really the only time you're gonna ever catch me eating
barbecue.
ketchup.
Yeah, chicken is barbecue sauce. You can't really do too much ketchup with.
I'll take a number 4 extra Stockner, please. I mean, holy extra me. Oh boy!
We need to file a restraining
training
order
for the lawyer. We need sensitivity train.
Say goodbye to your chances of ever being the president. Well,
Oh.
actually, I don't know that that's necessarily true. But anyways, um, Brandon Schulenberger said something very important. How are you gonna keep the onions if you like if you're gonna like? What's the point of the onions? Just get rid of them.
What's the
Keep the
point?
ketchup and leave the onions. You know what I'm saying? Like you can have your burger, your cheese, your bacon, and your ketchup. You don't need the onions. Get rid of them.
Mustard. Well, see, I think personally. Well, this is just another probably gonna be a hot take for me. I love onions. I could probably eat an onion like an apple.
You know what
If
they
it
say.
if it didn't, cause the woman at home to not want to sleep in the same bed with me, I would eat an onion like an apple every day of the week.
You know what
But
they say.
yeah,
Ogres are like onions.
an onion a day keeps the doctor away.
No,
I
no,
I,
no, no.
I truthfully agree.
An onion a day keeps anyone away, buddy. I'll tell you that much.
But L shape, or to be more accurate, one shaped like Wesley's boot. Oh, we're talking about nugget shapes now. I mean, uh, the optimal nugget shape is Dino Nuggies, if you're asking me. But I
True.
mean,
Facts.
I
Let me put
didn't.
you onto something. All right? We're all college students, right? So you'll get to that time to where you can't afford that many groceries. You pick up some pasta. You pick up your favorite pasta sauce, okay? You pick up some mozzarella shredded cheese and you pick up some Dino Nuggies. You make the pasta, you make the Dino Nuggies at the same time. You plate the pasta. You put Dino Nuggies on top. Then you put your sauce, and then you put some mozzarella cheese, and you have homemade gourmet Dino Nugget chicken parmesan. Frickin', let me put you on. I put you on right now. There you go.
Nothing. We got lobotomy scams saying grab them right by the Stockner.
Whoa!
Sir, madam,
That's not
something.
sensitivity training. That's straight to jail. Straight to jail.
We need
straight to jail.
I need context.
Straight to jail. No
the-
context. Just straight to jail.
What is the Stockner?
Yikes!
My God.
Yikes! Yikes!
Who? I didn't even have women saying that in college. I need to go back in time. But golly, Bob, I want to talk to this man right here.
Ben Fiore, I think, wants to have some therapy real quick.
Ben Fiore wants to have some therapy.
Yeah, let's
sure,
bring him in.
I'll bring him in. The Italian stallion, Ben Fiore. I'm very sorry that you don't have good internet. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I mean, I'm ready to go find whoever runs Xfinity and have a nice long conversation in the hauler. But apart from that, we were running a good race. Going through Crump and some of the other guys in the back half of the top 10. So it was going good, but the gods decided that I couldn't race anymore, which isn't the first time it's happened. But
so we're talking about chicken nuggets right now, and also burgers and a little bit of everything at this time.
Yes,
what is your preferred sauce?
Honestly, I could get some chicken nuggets downstairs. I got 3 minutes in the stove. But in terms of a sauce, I have to say barbecue sauce. I mean,
that's right, baby.
It's very simple. It's very listen, Chick-fil-A sauce is also very good, very top tier.
Disgusting. But, we can't. We can't. Really
what do you mean, Nick? Come on, you don't
Nick Stockner.
Wyatt Burton says Ben Fiore Pookie mentioned. I just
No. Pause. No. Ben Fiore is no longer Pookie because he decided to leave Vortex under his own volition.
No, it was under the volition of my agent. Okay, he was like, Ben,
no.
You contacted me and said, Ben, you have to go now, dude. The money's too high.
Well, the money's too high. Do you mean Ball State left Vortex? Oh, there's some shade.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true.
It is a downfall.
You know what? It's okay. We're already currently offering Wyatt Burton a contract to OWR as we speak. He's getting a little bit of employment. But
Listen, if he gets injured this summer, you might be able to get that. But he's also
I didn't know we were rebranding to Young Washed Racing.
My biggest question for Wyatt Burton is he's a road racer. Why is he not in this series? I guess he just doesn't like. I guess he.
Wyatt Burton texted me and said he was scared. That's why he's not here tonight.
Well, Wyatt Burton, I understand why you're scared, but sometimes you got to be a little bit like Bryson and I can't say that on television. Just swing at it. Just go for it. Just smack it 400 yards if you can. Ben Fiore, are you ready to be part of the game show? I know you're not driving anymore, but I mean, you know.
Listen, I'm ready. If you got 2 minutes in this show, let's do it. Let's get into it.
Sure.
Please hold.
Oh, God. Good morning, good
Oh my
Tag,
God.
willkommen. Speaking some German, sprechen Sie Deutsch, if you will. Bin Sie bitte. Welcome to the game show known as Meister der Grünen Horde. Where I'm going to ask you some questions. You get them right. I've got 2 different versions now. I got the easy version, I got the hard version. The easy version, if you get the questions right, I'm going to give you like 30 seconds to have the floor. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. If I give you the hard version, I'm going to give you the floor for as long as you want. Just because you've earned it if you can do the hard version. Which version would you like?
Honestly, we're pretty down to low, so we're gonna go with the easy stuff. I need a break here.
Okay, we're going to go with the easy version. That's perfectly fine. Question number 1. How many corners is on the track you're driving?
I'm sorry, that's an easy question?
Yep.
All right, well, I guess I'll just go. Have to throw that number. If I had to guess, would that be around 169, 170?
That is the closest guess we've had all day. The answer is actually 176. Don't feel bad. A guy, two game show hosts before you answered 14. So,
What? Are you kidding?
Now, I will admit, he took the hard version, but he answered the question 14. Ben, for being such a good sport and for hating the Xfinity as much as I do, you get to thank one person.
All right, one person right now. President of Xfinity, because your internet has been so good. I'm able to run.
That's it. Get him out of here.
All right. See you later, buddy.
He thanked them, and thank God we didn't go any longer because we may need more sensitivity training. That's kind of where we stood.
During that game show, we had some more pit stops from everyone, and let's talk about something. Drew Williams is up to P9 right now.
That's kind of shocking, honestly, and in all reality, I think we need to investigate him for cheating.
Yeah, honestly, not wrong. Let me tell you something. Christian Kim, though, I think it's looking like Well, he's right behind this battle now, so it might be a good race for Christian Kim.
I think he's a lap. Is he a lap down?
Oh, looks like he's on the lead lap here, or maybe he is. I don't know. Well, the producer says he's a lap down, but what does the producer know?
I think the producer would know a little bit more than we do right now, buddy, because Jordan Ricky's passing him because of blue flags.
Yeah, that would be blue flags. Hey, we need blue flags training for this league. Christian Kim just did a perfect job right there.
I mean, you're right, we do need blue flags training. I mean, not to knock anybody, but yesterday out there at Michigan at the end of this race, blue flags, ooh, boy. And to a certain someone from State College, Pennsylvania, that college, if you will, needs some blue flag training for Iowa. But I'm not gonna really,
That's borderline sensitivity training for Stockner again.
I don't need any more sensitivity training. I'm retiring. But
what are they gonna do? Fire me?
Exactly. Going back to the chat, Wyatt Burton, I'll run some next season for sure, along with Cup. Didn't have most of the tracks on the schedule, and it's too late in the season now. Well, Wyatt, I've got one thing to say. Get your money up, not your funny up, because you need to buy more tracks.
Absolute facts. Speaking that Gen Z language chicken jockey moment. Let's go.
I know you know how to golf, and I know you know how to play money games. So just play good golf and win some money, and you can just put that right back into this video game right here and be perfectly fine. I think that's a great strategy. To the 15 people that have remained with us through our shenanigans, if you will, this evening, thank you so very much for watching. This is the season finale of this esteemed panel. Season 2 of esteemed panel, after season 1 only happened once. It was a pilot episode, if you will, being submitted. Season 2 of esteemed panel has definitely gone better, other than the fact that we definitely have avoided some lawsuits.
We're tiptoeing around them.
We've tried, but
sorry to interrupt here. Chris Parise lost a whole bunch of time avoiding someone parked sideways rejoining the track. It looks like Andrew Horde's fans are gonna have to hide in shame this week because that's some pretty egregious stuff. I don't know how long ago this was. I can't
To
remember.
the 5 Andrew Horde fans that exist, we're sorry.
That was like 2 minutes ago. So I mean, if we're really bored and you want to go back for 2 minutes on Andrew Horde, you can go look. But other than that, keep going, Nick.
You know, I don't even know where I was. But,
I don't even know where I am. I don't even know where I'm gonna be. I'm so confused. I'm so lost. I'm actually a little bored too. That's why we're reading chat.
Now this guy right here, he's a letdown. He's had a very adventurous day. But I do want to talk to him because every time I talk to this guy, something happens. So I'm gonna bring him in. Clint Halterman, welcome to the panel. It's not been your day. I am sorry. But how we doing?
Well, yeah, we've had lots of wrecks. I've literally never driven this track more than one lap before right now. And I decided, you know, it was a good day to start drinking. And I think that was a bad idea because I feel like a few of those wrecks were caused by that.
So we're partaking in
drinking and driving? Whoa, we can't be saying that. You
Well,
have to, if you're drinking, you had to be in the broadcast booth. Okay, you can't
Well, I
be
am
out
in
on
the
drag.
broadcast booth, so I think we're good.
Fair enough.
Amen, brother. I need another beer.
Uh-oh.
I'll be right
Oh.
back.
Oh,
Excellent.
Clint. Clint, let's talk. Let's talk about some of your adventures. You've been backwards at least twice today.
I have. Yes.
What does the Nürburgring? What does the Nürburgring look like backwards?
It's not great. Get cars coming at you. It's not ideal. These cars have like, we got all these assists in these cars for some reason, and they're not fun because I got the traction control. I can't like flick spin it, so I just gotta do like a stupid 5-point turn to get this thing turned around. Because these Euros needs all the help they can get.
Right. Oh, Ryan Whitlock let you buy. What a nice
He let me
guy.
buy. He doesn't know I have a drive-through because I just picked up my 30th incident point. But
Boy.
We should probably have looked at that. How many incidents?
yeah, so I feel like the track probably looks better going the right way. But I like to think outside the box sometimes, and thought I'd see what it looks like going backwards.
Yeah, good fun. Wesley Shaw, all those moms out there, he's on 50 incident points, so good for him.
He's almost DQ.
Wait, is there a DQ?
Yeah, there is at 60.
Oh, 60, yeah. Well, tell Wesley Shaw to keep it on the track.
And Ryan, just touched some grass. But so Clint, what are you drinking?
Well, I had some. It's called they're called Smashes. I think it's Devil something in Virginia. They might be in other places, but for me, Virginia's the closest place. I was pet sitting for my parents while they were in Virginia, so they repaid me by giving me some Smashes, and pretty good. They're like grape with vodka and stuff. They're pretty heavy, obviously. They were like 7.5%, and I had 3 of them, so that's a lot.
That's a bit.
So we're having a good time tonight,
We're blocking Whitlock all the way to the right side here.
Yeah, Whitlock might not want to go side by side with me here. This might be a bad if he wants to live.
You just got the rear bumper fixed. Maybe give him a tap.
Being a Virginia boy myself, I know exactly what you're talking about. Great choice. Pocket sand is what Ryan just said. But so, are you ready to be part of the game show?
I've never been more ready in my entire life.
That's exactly what I want to hear. Guten Morgen, guten Tag, Bill Coleman. Welcome to the game show known as Meister der Guten Holen. It's a very simple game show. We're going to ask you 4 questions. You can either take the easy version or the hard version, get all 4 right, and you get the prize. The prize for the easy version is you get the floor for like 30 seconds. Ryan hits a wall. You get the floor for 30 seconds to talk about what you really want to talk about. If you get the hard version right, I'm gonna give you the floor for as long as you want. You know, talk about what you want to talk about. Ryan's around, but he's trying to stunt on him. But yeah, if you get the hard version right, I'm just gonna let you have the floor for as long as you want. So you can pick from me. You want the easy version? You want the hard version?
Oh no. I feel like being at the Nordschleife, we're gonna ask questions about the Nordschleife, and to be honest, I don't know much about this track, so I'm gonna go with the easy version because I don't know anything.
Okay, that's fair. So let's go with the easy version for Mr. Clint Hall. Question number 1. How many curves are on the track you're driving?
It's gotta be at least 2.
I need an actual answer.
176.
Oh my God, he got it right. That's a ding.
I think he was fed the answer.
I think he made it.
No,
Okay, so,
you can't.
so
That's
this
accusation.
This second question is a little bit, tight. So I'm going to give you a range of plus or minus half a mile. How many miles is the track you're driving?
I think it's about. I think it's like 12 and a half.
Oh, we aren't even close. The track is actually 16.12 miles long. So you are just actually like a pretty big tad off. I gave you half a mile plus or minus. You went way beyond it. But Clint, because you're the first person to actually get a question correct tonight, I'm going to let you thank 3 people.
Thank 3 people. All right. Well, I'm not gonna thank Ryan because he just passed me. Come on, Ryan. I gotta thank. I'm gonna thank Nick Stockner.
Thank you.
Because he asked me questions.
Yep.
And he knows what smashes are.
Yep.
I'm gonna thank Ricky Paz for. He's here.
Yep, I'm just here. Thanks.
And I'm gonna thank LeBron James.
All right, well that was the first person.
He thanked LeBron James, my glorious King LeBron.
LeBron James.
I gave him 3 people. He gets 3 people.
Hey, we're on a list with LeBron James. That's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, I mean, you know that. Yeah, I'll take that. With LeBron James. Jackson Lambrose says, does a Leaf know how to loose?
That's a great question.
Does a Leaf know how to loose?
I don't know how to loose either, actually.
Does he know how to tighten? We're talking. As Ryan Whitlock and Clint Halterman, Ryan Whitlock's in for pitting. So is Clint. Actually, no, Clint's driving through, and Clint actually tried to go pit again. I think he's had too many smashes. There's a car in the grass. It's Drew Williams. He's actually going to let.
Well, they both did a drive-through. Both of these guys, they're racing on pit exit here.
And they did. Wow, that's pretty neat.
Oh, a little contact.
They're racing hard. In fact, I think because Ryan just hit Clint. There's some damage involved there. There's some beef. There's
absolute beef.
There's a lot of beef, and I need both of these people back up in here.
They're beating and banging. Get them in here.
We're doing traffic court live, gentlemen. What just happened?
What was that?
Oh, getting mid-race because I went for the over and he parked the bus.
Oh, you right in the back of me, dude. You rear-ended me. That's your fault. Hey. That will not stand up in a court of law.
Okay.
You ran into the back of me.
What's this?
I need order in my court. Okay, defendant Clint Halterman, what happened to you?
Well, this guy, he just runs it up straight in the back of me. I don't know what happens. And
okay.
I don't know. I was taking the corner.
He just did it again.
Oh my god.
Whoa. I'm just driving here. I don't know what's going on with the guy behind me, but I'm just driving.
Okay, assaulter Ryan Whitlock, give your statement.
Yeah, assaulter.
I merely acted in self-defense because I was ahead in the pit lane and Clint went for the pass in the pit lane,
Where's
which
Michael
is
James?
simply inexcusable. Don't worry about the fact that I intentionally lifted off the throttle so he could get next to me. Don't worry about that part.
That's a good enough argument for me. Ryan wins. Ryan, welcome back to the panel.
We should ask him these questions because he doesn't know all the answers.
Oh my goodness. Y'all are racing like dogs. I mean,
I mean, don't do that. I mean,
don't do that. You've already lost the rear end once today.
4 times, guys. 4 times. Get your numbers right.
Oh, sorry,
God.
sorry. This race is really boring.
Just went purple.
Struggle.
We talked about a lot of things. We talked about beer. We've talked about McDonald's.
Russell, Georgia. Yeah.
Oh my God.
He's got the cars.
Oh my
God.
I knew him.
Get him out of here. He's
Oh
a
my goodness. Now we got to bring him back in for traffic court.
Unbelievable.
Hold on, what are you doing?
An attempted murder if I've ever seen one.
I didn't do anything. You can't prove I did anything. You
Gentlemen,
can't prove
how
it.
many beers have you had combined between the two of you? That's the real
I've had 0 beers. Ryan, I got soda. You got soda. Come on,
Okay, all right. Tell you what, I'll just let you have the outside here.
Yeah. Hang on, I got my. Okay, I'm good.
Clint.
I'm good.
Clint.
Come back here, Ryan. Give me the spot. It was a legal overtake. Oh shit. I mean,
Sensitivity training again.
Not a
Son of a
man.
gun. We can't afford this. We're gonna have to show another commercial.
look at this guy. He's blocking
Blue
me.
flags. Blue flag training again.
It's such a dirty
No
driver.
one can compare to a Leafs grapple. I certainly can. He's not good at IndyCar Oval, that's for certain. But
Yeah, but he did finish better than you
Look
last
at this
time.
guy. He's trying to ruin me
I
again.
can't help but then I get wrecked and he doesn't. But you know.
No, you kind of drove yourself into the wall. There's a lot of shenanigans going on over here.
There is.
This is a very serious league and a very unserious broadcast.
Well, you see, this is why we're the esteemed panel. We can push the bounds of what is necessary because we're the esteemed panel. We're like Mooncar if we were politically correct. But
oh, Clint, he's gonna be looking at it backwards again.
Oh my
Hold on, I gotta back her up. I gotta back her up. I gotta back her up.
Blocker. I need a
Where's
caution.
Jason Wallet? Where's Jason Wallet? I need
Where's the caution flag?
Drag blocker.
I wouldn't complain about a caution flag.
Yes, I mean,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness. I think we
caution
gotta
flag
throw-
to end this race.
I
Don't
think
throw
we
the
have-
fucking yellow. Excuse
I
my
think-
French. Don't throw the yellow.
Oh my goodness. We need
Would you
to
swear, Ryan?
Jesus.
Don't swear, Ryan.
Holy
They don't have the budget.
Show another commercial, quick, hurry up, show another commercial. No, don't actually.
Don't
Now, what I want to know, why did I get kicked out and Ryan got to stay?
Because you were
I
wrong.
think that's
Because I'm part of the
favoritism.
esteemed panel, buddy.
You were
What?
wrong.
I can't be part of this team panel? No.
Well, you very well could if you want to. You know, you just got to give up
You'd have to
driving.
apply, yeah.
I
You'd
could
have
do
to
both.
apply for. No.
Well,
Look how
you
good
don't-
I'm doing right now.
You have
you
to be
don't
a
actually-
tenured member to be able to drive and commentate at the same time.
See, Ryan's not actually a full-time member of the panel tonight. He's driving full-time. He's just coming on the panel every now and then. We've only pulled him in twice.
3 times.
Twice.
He wasn't here for the second time. Or he was, but he didn't say anything because he was too angry.
Oh yeah, that's right.
If you think you're gonna pass me there, you're gonna be mistaken. You're
Oh,
gonna regret
please
that.
die. Just hold it full throttle. Oh, the over-under? Oh, both off track. We're gonna be
Breaking
serving
news,
another
Jake
drive
Cummings thinks he has damage. I'm here to report that he doesn't, but he thinks he does. He's got an 18-second
both
gap in
affected,
an X car of Thomas Crump.
Oh, Ryan's dead. Oh, Ryan's dead.
Intimidate!
Oh,
Get out of
golly
this cage a
bum.
little bit.
And
I don't think
there's-
OWR can afford any more left front.
Look, man, my
Real
damage
assholes.
bill already went up from last night. You want to know how many wrecked cars I had at the end of yesterday? Too many.
5.
I mean, too many. Ryan wrecked his car. I think Clint wrecked his.
No,
I wrecked
no,
mine.
I just spun. It's okay. The car was fine.
Well, yeah, but that's an engine build, buddy. It wrecked the engine.
Oh, Ryan's drifting the Acura. Unbelievable.
I'm gonna be surprised. I don't think a Leaf's gonna lap y'all again, but like he's
Speaking of a
wrecking
Leaf,
far
we should probably show his car so he doesn't get angry.
Yeah, that
Ryan's dead.
we can't say too many incriminating things, but just know we're watching you, buddy. You are winning by 10 seconds.
Yeah. Ryan's dead. Clint has won the battle, and
again,
I may or may not have to pit this lap for gas.
No way. No way.
Ryan just lost it all
Gentlemen,
for nothing.
I give up. I give up.
Oh,
I'm
you've given
done
up?
for the night. I have given up.
I've won the battle. He's conceded. I'm the better driver.
Yep, he put up
Ryan,
the,
can you talk to us about what led to the events of you giving up?
What is that? Like number 7, 6, 7?
Sounds like
I wanted to return to the panel.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just
Welcome
say
back
that?
to the panel. Crack open a cold Oktoberfest and get rolling, because here we are.
We
We're
should
at
bring in
that-
one more person before the end of this.
Oh,
We
God,
really
should
should.
we? I don't know.
I mean,
You know,
by the
let's
way,
not bring in Jordan Rick because he's probably sweating his balls off.
let's get him out of here. Yeah,
But we
Jordan
should
Ricky right
focus
now.
on that battle. Yeah. The top 10.
How close is Edwin?
He's running tight. Edwin is 10 seconds behind the lead and 15 seconds
Oh,
ahead of
let's
Breeze
bring him
Head.
in here. Freaking bring him in here.
He is muted, but I mean.
Wait, oh, you know what? No, hold on. We'll talk to him at the end of the race. Let's talk to someone we won't talk to.
Jaime Placencia?
Tight battle.
Jake Cummings?
Oh, please.
Hey! Be politically correct here.
It would be great to talk to Jake Cummings. Let's
Yeah, I mean he's having a good race. You know?
I think
Let's do
we
it.
should talk. I think we should talk to him. Bring him in.
All right, let's get him in. Wait, I gotta scroll.
We just been pulling them in.
No. I got it. Hold on.
All right,
You just
all right.
you right click. You click move to. Welcome to the broadcast booth, Mr. Jake Cummings from Converse University in the number 95 purple Corvette. How's it going?
That's
Pretty good.
Well, there's 9 minutes left. Have you been enjoying your race?
I mean, it's always a blast to drive around here, but I've seen like no one. I think the top 4 were way away from me after like just a lap. Hardly saw them. No one's really been near me to pass me. I've just seen like 2 lappers, I think, is the only people I've passed. So it's been, I mean, I guess if there's something you can enjoy about that, but in terms of like racing, no. But driving, yeah, it's been good.
What I'm hearing is we should have done a caution at the halfway point.
No, because it would have taken 45 minutes to finish.
That is completely fair. You know, this is your 13th lap, if you could believe it or not. Have you done 13 laps straight of the Nürburgring ever?
The only time I've done that was the 2022 NERV 24. It was my first time doing the track, and I couldn't do more than 2 laps without crashing when I was practicing for it. And it went pretty good. Sometimes you just gotta jump into it. Yeah, but you know the funnier thing about that, I've done 13 laps. Only one of them's been valid.
Well, you know, sometimes even the best of us have issues. But Mr. Cummings, I know we're getting near the end, but you are kind of on an island right now. Would you like to be part of the game show?
I would love to be part of the game show that you guys worked so hard on. Yes, please.
Oh, there you go. Let's run it. Willkommen, guten Morgen, guten Tag, if you will, to the game show Meister der Grünen Hund, where I'm going to ask you some questions. You got to get them right. I've got the easy version, the hard version. Get the easy version right. I'm going to give it the floor for like 30 seconds to talk about whatever you want to talk about. If you get the hard version right, I'm just going to let you be on the floor until basically the end of the show. Talk about whatever you want to talk about.
We only have 8.5 minutes till this race ends.
Oh my goodness! But you know, would you like the hard version or would you like the easy version?
I'm not sure, but I trust you guys with the hard version. It's gonna be something crazy.
I mean, no. The hard version.
Very
actually
trustworthy
is-
people.
is-
Take the easy version.
The hard version's pretty simple, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I think
If
you
you
should do
ask
it.
you,
Yeah, if you ask me.
that is telling. That is
You've
telling
been-
from what you've been doing all day.
Well,
No.
I've been working. I did 11 and a half hours of work today.
Yeah.
It's
Give the
not
guy
worth
some
it.
grace.
I think you should do the hard version.
Let the
Yeah,
man
me.
pick.
I don't know. No, you're a very talented individual when it comes to certain things that I'm probably not.
Well, I'll
equal
accept
to
that.
and-
I'll accept that
Sensitivity
compliment.
training is pending for Jake Cummings
So,
for if he finishes
I'll-
that statement.
I will do the easy version. Just
All right,
Oh,
fair
I'll
enough.
always get it wrong too. So
Okay, fine.
No worries.
An easy version. Question number 1. How many corners is on the track you're driving?
no, it's like a lot more than I initially thought when I was thinking about it earlier today.
Uh-huh.
Like it's between 100 and 200. I'm gonna. It's like 172.
Oh, that is very, very close. You're already closest of everybody who's gotten it wrong. Only one person who's gotten it right. The answer is 176. So, unfortunately, this is where your journey ends. But because you're such a good sport, and you did join us for this game show, let's just thank one person.
Oh man. Well, once again, I'll have to thank my fiance.
Get him out of here. That's it. They say he thanked one person.
One person, thank you, Jake Cummings.
It's a very straightforward.
Jordan, Ricky, and Andrew Williams are side by side.
Oh my goodness. Let's
They're making contact, producer guy, please.
Oh, we're beating. We're banging. We're doing a little bit of bumping here. We are drag racing in cars that have engines in the rear. Who is Aiken Lamar going to go with? We are driving straight forward here. These guys are at full speed, 167 miles an hour.
Oh, Jordan
And
Ricky.
Jordan Ricky will win the battle in a very...
do another 8.5 minutes.
Yeah,
and keep
yeah.
that spot though.
He does, and Drew is probably not happy that he just lost that spot. But now... Oh, but the steam panel didn't put him back in the right room. Don't worry, I did it.
I put him in that channel. I don't know how I got put him in.
I don't know what happened. We've had. Sorry for the technical difficulties. You know, we're all over the place today.
We're a
talked about-
professional stream. I don't know what you're talking about.
We talked about McDonald's. We talked about. Wova says Alif is a handsome young man. Sir, he's 26 years old.
We also talked about.
Ooh, Andrew Williams has a good run on Jordan Ricky here. Is he gonna do anything with it?
We talked about lobotomy.
He does. He
scam.
thinks about it.
We talked
I
about
think
a lot
you.
of things.
I think you forget that this road racing stuff is just too easy for Drew Williams. He's got this
Yeah,
in the bag.
That's why.
Yeah, I
he's an
mean, he
oval-
talks about
that's why
these
he's an oval
Netflix
guy.
drivers.
I don't know.
These Netflix drivers and everything else. I'm waiting
I'm
for
traffic
Leaf
ahead.
to get on the backstretch before I call him home because I feel like if I called him home for 8 minutes, I would be in a.
Oh, a little off track there for Ricky, Jordan Ricky. Not me. I'm not
Yeah.
racing.
Just for the viewers at home. For the first time in a while, I have a different DoorDasher this evening for my McDonald's. But you know that's the next Dr. DoorDash update. The meal is coming, and I am hungry. But
you didn't get it yet.
I haven't. No, well, see, I gave Mariah my order, and she put it in the phone, and the order is, you know, it's coming. I'm going to get my order at 11:10, according to reports. That's when I'm going to get my order. Yeah, you know, so we
Hopefully
better.
hurry up.
That
You're gonna
interview
miss the Supercars race.
Oh, I'm going to miss the Supercars race.
Oh no, the pooper cars. Oh,
I'm
no.
gonna have to catch them at the YouTube highlights because I am tired. I'm gonna eat that food when I go to bed. But
100 chicken nuggets before bed is the key to Nick Stockner level of happiness.
You know what? I wish I could eat 100 chicken nuggets, but I'm only gonna eat 10. But you know,
And the burger. And the fries with
and
extra
the burger,
salt. And the Diet
fries,
Coke.
and the Coke Zero.
Oh, sorry, Coke Zero. My apologies.
But
the Nick Stockner meal available at your local McDonald's.
available to local McDonald's sooner rather than later. A leap is through Carousel, by the way, which means he is getting closer to home. we still got at least 2 minutes left of this race. I definitely do expect him to be there for a little while. Let's go back to the Drew Williams Jordan Ricky battle. That is the closest battle on the track. 4 tenths is separating these two guys, and then Nathan Lamar is another 7 tenths back. These guys are on one of the very few straights of the track that will win that long back. Just having a ball, I guess. I don't really know. We talked to Drew earlier. We probably won't get... Actually, no, because it was the last race of the season, we're going to open up the interview at the end to anybody who wants to have an interview. We haven't gotten to talk to a lot of people.
I don't know that I have that much time. We'll do it.
Yeah, we'll do it. I don't expect it other than the top 3. But, you know, it's just a welcoming invite to anybody who wants to talk to the panel. But,
main session, you know?
Panel inquiry, as if these people don't all know this.
No,
Regardless. Too well.
Hey, we're doing our community service. It's part of the sensitivity training we've done.
We have sat in here for 2 hours watching basically cars do rally crosses, and we have struggled to talk about something.
We want a CSC race.
Really would like to thank the people that make this happen. This season has been one of the highlights of my CIL career. I do like to commentate races, and as many people do know in the history. As many people do know in the history of CIL, I've commentated quite a few races, but the esteemed panel takes the cake. It is some of my favorite things to do. As Drew hits the wall, I think that's going to do him in. But Nathan Lamar flashing the lights. He's not too happy. Yes, final lap call. Let's go to our Muhammad Leaf here. He is on the backstretch. This is the man who has raised the bar. The man who some have claimed unbeatable. Bathurst proved us wrong, but nevertheless, the man has been a moment in a motion. Vincebe. Coming across into the final quarters and under the GP stretch. Winner of the 2 hours of the Green Holiday, it is our Muhammad Leaf out of Ball State University. He crosses the line to take his 7th career victory in CSC competition. The man in a moment in emotion. He has done it. He has won the title. He has done everything he has possibly had to do. And this is his moment in the sun. What a man. What a drive from the number 12 Ferrari. That is his championship to win. Chris Parise, he comes home in P2 out of the Stevens University
P3.
Corvette.
Edwin finished
P3. Edwin has already finished. I'm sorry.
Guys, Cale Davidson's going extremely slow on the backstretch for P4.
Cale Davidson is, but you know,
Is he out of gas?
he
He's
just
got a
might
30-second lead.
But Cale Davidson, as Chris Parise is going through some gravel to do a little bit of burnouts. Cale Davidson, he is having a ball. He's going to come across this line here into P4. A good strong year for Cale Davidson. He'll show off there. Jake Cummings in P5. He is very close behind as well. That's been all day to another car, according to him. Thomas Crump. He joined halfway through. A returner to the CIL. A member of the old guard. Glad to see him back. Glad to see him continue to run in the future. He comes through here to take P6 on the evening. He has survived 2 hours. The green hell. P7, it's Robert Kiesel Jr. We talked about him quite frequently. He's been a front runner, but never a guy who's really contended for podiums this season. He will also come out of the Nordschleife back on to the Grand Prix Strecke, and he will take P7 here this evening. A good run for him. So go to Hunter Hidesky, please. He is along the back stretch. One of our resident Australians. Hunter Hidesky has enjoyed a lighter schedule this season of mainly just running these races. But he has enjoyed it quite well, and we have enjoyed watching him drive as he comes through the final set of corners here to take a astounding P8 on the event. Hunter Dusty finishes in P8, third in alumni.
Drew Williams has
Leading-
crashed on the back straightaway, by the way, guys.
Drew Williams is in the wall. Drew Williams is in the wall. He is limping a car home. Clint Halterman is disconnected. He's done. He's going to finish 2 laps down. In P9, it's Jaime Placencia. In P10, it's Jordan Ricky. In P11, it's Aiken Lamar. The 3 cars are going to come across the line together. A great finish for these 3 gentlemen. As we come through the final set of bends, they slow down for the final set of corners. They come out in due time. Jaime Placencia to take P9 this evening. Jordan Ricky to take P10. And a very hard-fought top 10 for him. And P11, it is Aiken Lamar. And in P12, P12 is going to be Drew Williams. In P13, I do believe... We got a battle here for 13th. Alex Kennedy has passed Ben Fiore, the Italian stallion. And in P4 and in P15, it's the Titan Sport Jason Wallet. I'm going to call it like we're calling for a win. They're down to the back straight here. We got a car ahead that looks to be a lapper. They got to use him for a little bit of draft. Here is Ben Fiore. He's using all of that speed out of the Lamborghini. He's going to get as much draft as he can out of there by Alex Finity. Can he pull alongside? He starts to pull alongside, side by side. Drag race down the backstretch. Can he keep pulling? Can he keep in motion? What will Jason Waller do? They're running tenders. Waller looks to push Finity. Finity in the grass. Pass in the grass like it's NASCAR. They're coming through the last set of corners here. Hard on the brakes. Can Finity do it? Finity can. He gets around the last set of corners. That's P13 for Alex Finity, the man who started from the pit lane. P14 to Ben Fiore, P15 to Jason Wallet. And the other guys are going to come around soon. That's Nick Henley. He is 6.5 minutes off the pace. I don't know if I can call him home. He's too far behind. We're going to open up the... I don't know if we've made a mention. I will make a mention to the chat since it's the last race.
We're gonna be here all night. I'm sorry, Mr. Esteemed Producer. It's gonna be a long night. We could probably bring a Leaf in and do his interview by the time freaking Nick Henley finishes his race. We might even have time to play the game show. Who knows? Ladies and gentlemen, I think Nick Stockner's McDonald's order might be here.
No, I'm here. I'm here. The McDonald's orders has not arrived yet. Just got here. I've been told my McDonald's order's here, but my lovely girlfriend is going to go get it for me. So, I know.
Last night, Nick Stockner basically said, "Beer me." And,
how wonderful indeed. I mean...
He said, "Beer, please," and all of a sudden a beer showed up. I was so confused.
I know, and a lot of people have joined in. I think we're gonna start with the guy who finished 15th tonight. He wants to be interviewed by the panel. We'll let him be interviewed by the panel. We're really needing Ryan in here, but I mean,
I'll just bring him in here. Where is he?
Jason Wallet, we haven't gotten to talk to you all season for many things. You just never been in a CIL voice chat for me to pull you in. But welcome to the panel light. Ryan's not here right now. How you doing?
Doing fine.
Lovely Jason Wallet. We're so happy you're here. Guys, Nick Henley is finally finishing this race. So congrats to Nick Henley.
He is. That's a P16 for Nick Henley. I don't even know who that guy is. That's on there right now.
Ball.
But Jason, we haven't got to talk to you really all season. Can you describe how your CSC season went? Jason, you got a copy.
Earth to Jason Wallet, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I had to get things set up.
No worries, Jason.
Anyway, for my season, I'm not the best at sports car racing, at least compared to the Ball State guys. But for my season, Daytona and Bradford, I think, went pretty well. Sebring could have gone better if it weren't for 2 separate blackouts in my area that got me kicked out of the race, and the North Life was just... That was a lot better than I expected. I expected more of carnage, but I'm at least glad I got to end my sports car season with a fight for position. Would have gone 3 wide coming into that last braking zone if there wasn't a lap car there.
Yeah, that seemed very scary from up here in the broadcast booth. We're happy you're here, Jason. We're happy you had a good season. Obviously, we love watching you throughout the season. We called you home to P15. So, what is your plans for next season? I know that you're getting ready to graduate soon. What does your final days in the CIL look like for you?
Bays just finished off the season with the cup race at our club and forming a college at Interlagos, and I'm going to go to some kind of advisory or coaching role at Drexel.
Gotcha. Well, Jason, Nick, you wanna do the honors here?
Did you want to be part of the game show before you go?
Sure, why not?
All right. Guten Morgen, guten Tag, willkommen, Vince Bette. To the game show. The game show this evening called Meister der Grünen Horn. That's going to be a very simple game show. I'm going to ask you 4 questions. If you get, I'm going to ask you either the easy version or the hard version. If you get the easy version, I'll give you the floor for 30 seconds to talk about whatever you want to talk about. If you do the hard version, I'm going to give you the floor. I'm actually going to let you just be in here for the rest of the show. If you get the hard version right. So just tell me which version you want. You want the easy version? You want the hard version?
Hard.
Hard. He wants the hard.
Heck yeah.
That's exactly what I
Love
wanted
to hear it.
Question number 1. Wie viele Kurven hast die Strecke?
Am I supposed to answer English or German?
You just got to answer the question.
Could you repeat it?
Wie viele Kurven hast die Strecke?
No. I don't think it did.
I'm going to give you a slight hint. I'm looking for a number.
I think 5 Corvettes in the race.
Unfortunately, I didn't even ask you about Corvettes. I asked you in German how many curves are on this track. The answer is 176. But Jason, for being such a good sport and for doing the deed, I'm gonna let you thank one person.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Claire Toomey. She's the president of Rectal E.
One person and one person only. Cale Davidson next. Cale Davidson, welcome to the panel. You finished 4th this evening. I think we've had a couple conversations with you this year, but glad to have another conversation with you. How you doing?
Doing good.
Doing good.
Hi, Pookie Bear, Cale Davidson.
I remember talking to you about Wingstop, and that's about it.
Yeah,
But,
I don't think we actually did talk at all this season because the only time I was brought up was during the roar when I left to get Wingstop. So I wasn't even in the... Yeah, that was my bad.
But you have had a good. I've got a question in chat. How long have you been studying German? About 35 minutes. That's all you get. But Cale, how has your season gone? I know it's easy to get overshadowed by a certain individual that also goes to your school, but how's your season going for you personally?
I mean, I'd say it went good given all the circumstances that were given, but we'll take a P2 and a championship definitely. It wasn't. I think I got one podium finish throughout the whole, and then I had I think 3 top 4s or top 5. So it was just a consistent season. It wasn't anything that was out of the world or any great drives or anything, but it was just put the car where it needed to be and got good points every week, and that's kind of what paid off to get P2.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Would you like to be part of the game show?
Oh, sure, why not? I don't have anything to lose.
All right. Willkommen, guten Tag, guten Morgen, Vince Bete, to the game show known as Meister der Grünen Holland, where I will be asking you 4 questions. You can either take the easy questions or the hard questions. If you get the easy questions, if you get them all 4 right, I'll let you have the floor for 30 seconds to talk about whatever you want to talk about. If you choose the hard questions, I'll let you be on the show for the rest of the night. So tell me which ones you want.
I mean, we'll go with the hard questions.
All right, he likes the hard ones. All right, here we go.
Wow.
Whoa.
Question number 1.
Wow.
Wie viele Kurven als de Strecke?
Krakenwagen.
I'm looking for a number.
Oh, I said ambulance. That's the correct answer.
Krakenwagen.
That's not. The answer, Kale, was 176.
That's close.
Would you like to know what I asked you in English?
Go ahead.
How many curves are on this track? Unfortunately for you, that's all I have for you. But you did try like a good sport that you are. So I'm gonna let you thank one person.
Just one person?
One person.
Yep.
Okay, then I think you'll probably take this one as no shocker, Stockner, but I'll thank my mom.
All right. Well, thank you,
that's it.
Mom Davidson. How
that's-
awesome.
I thank one person. I thank one person only. So now we're gonna go to our podium places. Chris Parise. Chris Parise or Chris or Chris
Parise or Parisi or Parise or
something.
I just got told by Cale Davidson that if you play the game, don't, and then I got dragged in here. So I fear for what's about to happen.
So
you have nothing to fear. This is a safe space, Mr. Parise.
Nothing to fear. I do enjoy watching your Corvette, mainly because I love Corvettes. But Chris, we've had a few times this year to watch you drive, and sometimes you have a mistake, but other times you do well, like you did tonight. And so you finished P3 tonight. How does that make you feel?
Really good, to be honest, because I thought the best that the Corvette was really capable of, especially with neck competition like the BMW and the Ferrari, the best the Corvette could do was 4th. So 3rd is definitely a pleasant surprise, and I did it just so I could have a guaranteed interview with the esteemed panel.
I love to hear it.
Of course, that's what we love to hear. Chris, you ready for the game show?
It's time.
I think you are.
All right. 1, 2, or 3, Chris?
3.
Guten Morgen, guten Tag, willkommen, Vince Bete, to the game show Meister der Grünen Holland. I'm going to ask you 4 questions. I'm going to ask you out of the 4 easy questions or the 4 hard questions. If I ask you the easy questions, and you get all 4 of them right, I'm going to let you have the floor for 30 seconds to talk about whatever you want to talk about. If you get the hard questions and you get all 4 of them right, I'm going to just let you be on the show for the rest of the show. Like, just do whatever you want. Do you want the easy questions? Or you want the hard questions?
I'll take the easy questions.
Okay, a man who's not after the big prize.
I took my risks. I took my risks in Foxhole. I'm fine here.
Fair enough. How many corners are on this track? That's question number
1. According to iRacing?
Sure.
50.
No. I think it's like some ungodly number, like 176.
You are correct, sir. You've
Holy.
gotten number one right. It is 176.
I like the soundboard, Ricky.
Question number 2, and
This
I'm
is a
going to give you.
professional
I'm going to give you a range of plus or minus half a mile. How many
Okay.
miles is this track?
Bro's
The
got iRacing pulled up right now to look.
no. 20.
No.
Is that your final answer?
How many
Yeah,
miles?
20. No, because I'm trying to think of the conversion between kilometers and miles, to be honest.
It's kilometers divided by 0.6, multiplied by 0.62.
Yeah, so I'll call it. We'll call it 20.
That's just a bit too far off.
That's the wrong button.
Unfortunately, the answer is
Oh, Jesus.
16.12 miles. But Chris, because you're such a good sport and you did get a question right, I'm gonna let you thank 2 people.
I'd really like to thank firstly Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. That's the blue CH on the Stevens Corvette, the number 8. They're really helpful with my family. My little cousin isn't in the greatest health, so they've been super helpful in nursing her to proper state, and it's been really awesome to see her progression. And then I guess for the second person, coming up on graduation in about a month, I'll thank my mother because I put her through hell for 18 years or Jesus, 22 years. Fuck me.
Oh God, sensitivity training. Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
seriously, you already
send me
think-
We let you stay on longer than anybody else because you gave us a sob story and
you
then
thank
you ruined
2
it.
people, but my God, I'm getting you out of here.
Oh,
So
my.
2 people up next. Edward and Ofray Pizza. If I can pull him.
I got him. Edwin and Ofray. Is he here?
Oh, I'm here. Oh, wow! Finally, about time.
Oh,
well, I mean,
wow.
we had a lot of
A little
we
bit
had a
sassy.
lot of people to talk to. Since you're so sassy, I'm just gonna say you finished second. Congratulations. Looked like you had a fun time. You lost by 13 seconds, so boo hoo. You ready for the game show?
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3, or 4, Edwin.
4.
Willkommen, guten Morgen, guten Tag.
Tired.
To the game show, Meister der Grünen Holland. I'm going to ask you 4 questions. I'm going to ask you either the easy questions or the hard questions. I ask you the easy questions, you get all 4 right. You get to have the floor for 30 seconds. If you get all 4 of the hard questions right, I'm going to let you stay on the show to the end of the show. So you get to pick. Let me know.
I will pick the easy.
Okay, we got somebody who doesn't even want to take risks. First question: how many corners are on this track?
Oh God. Let's see. A left and a right and a right and a left.
Oh
Let me make math. Hold
my
on.
God.
1, 2, 3.
Oh my God.
177. I don't know if my overlay says that correct.
Ooh, that is 1 off. It's actually 176. But Edwin, because you are a good sport, I've talked to you a lot this season. I'm gonna let you thank 1 person.
Ooh, 1 person? Oh God.
Yeah, 1 person.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. 1 person.
Family is a person, right?
Sure.
All right. I'd like to thank my family, which consists.
That's
All right,
great.
well, that's good enough.
So,
Thanks to Edwin's family. Gotta love it.
The thanks and all that. Now I guess it's time to interview the man of the
A
hour.
man that needs no introduction.
The man who
ever.
needs no introduction. He's won a title again. He's won these races. Mr. R. Muhammad Alif, welcome back to the panel. We have these conversations with you almost every single time we're on here, but except for Bathurst, but we're not going to talk about that one.
Yeah.
How you doing, champion? Winner again?
Goat, some might even say.
Those some big
Goat
words,
talk.
but yeah.
Goat talk.
I mean, I won't call myself that, but No, yeah, it was fun. Notchlife was always very tricky. Very keeps you at the edge of your seat. And 2 hours, it's like a workout, So, so I'm glad we have this on the calendar. Hope we will be back here soon. Maybe the IndyCar, right, Ricky?
This guy's funny. Listen, some of the chat has said that Alif is a handsome young man and that no one can compare to Alif's prep to his craft. Do you have any comments for that?
I can be better, for sure. I mean, I think that's the same thing with anyone. No one's perfect. So I would I would call myself that as well, and yeah, I'm always trying to improve and perfect my craft.
All right. Well, Alif, you know what? I think it's time for Nick.
I think
The game
you need to
show.
play the game show.
I think
So,
so.
Willkommen, guten Morgen, guten Tag, bin Sie
Yes.
bitte.
Yes.
To the game show Meister der Grünen Horde. In
German's
this
pretty
game,
impressive.
in
Yeah.
this, I've tried my best.
Wow, you would be the first person that said that today, actually.
In this game show, I'm going to ask you 4 questions. I can either ask you the easy questions or I can ask you the hard questions.
Yeah.
4 questions per. If you get 4 questions right, the easy questions, I'll give you 30 seconds to have the floor. If you get the 4 hard questions right, I'll let you stay on to the end of the show. Take a pick.
Kind of want to go back home and drink my chocolate milk, but yeah, let's go. You know what? Let's do easy questions.
Oh,
Dang it! I mean, we thought we had
We could
them.
do hard. We could go 8 questions.
So you
Easy
want
and then hard.
hard?
You want the hard questions and the easy questions?
Yeah, why not? Why
That'd
not?
be great. All right,
Sure.
cool.
So, I'll start with the hard one for you. Wie viele Kurven hast du Strecke?
Mm-hmm.
That's the question.
Yeah, that's the question.
Then how many corners?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Uh,
that would be correct. I'll give you that hint.
178.
That
See,
is incorrect. I mean, seriously.
Kale told me the right answer, but I didn't want to cheat, so I just went one up.
Well, Kale gave you the wrong answer if he told you it was 177.
The hard the hard here's a little hint for the people at home. The hard version was actually the easy questions. Just I'm going to tell them to you in German. So,
Oh no!
What?
That's really what it was. And believe it or not, when people did the hard version, they never got past question 1 all night long.
Yeah.
But Alif, you've won the championship. You've won 3 races this season. So I'm gonna let you thank 4 people before you go.
Oh, 4 people?
Only 4.
Only 4. Okay.
Yeah, pick
First of all,
carefully.
can it be a group of people or does it?
Sure,
have to be
you
individual?
can thank 4 entities.
Okay, the first entity is the stewards. I think they have done a very good job, a very brilliant job this season. So hats off to them. I know it's a tough gig when I'm like, demanding a lot of stuff, but yeah.
He does demand a lot of things.
He does.
That he does.
Yeah, stewards.
So that's 1.
The commentary team for putting up the show. That's 2.
That's 2. Yes, thank you, Alif.
My family back in Singapore is 3, and the whole of Ball State here in Muncie.
Wow.
Perfect.
Well, thank you, Mr. Alif.
That's 4, and that is actually going to be it. So we're ready to go through the finishing order. We've done our interviews. P1 tonight. Obviously, R. Muhammad Alif at the Ball State University. Edwin Ofred P2, Chris Parise P3, Cale Davidson P4, Jay Cummings in P5, Thomas Crump in P6, Robert Kiesel Jr. P7, Hunter Adesti in P8, Jaime Placencia in P9, and Jordan Ricky P10.
You can keep going, Nick. I'm tired.
Aiken Lamar in P11 and Drew Williams in P12, Alex Finnerty in P13, Benjamin Fiore, the Italian Stallion in P14, followed by the Titan of Sport in P15. Nick Henley in P16 with Christian Kim P17, Arpad Kovacs P18, Andrew Hordes P19, and Clint Haltman in P20. P21 Ryan Whitlock, P22 Wesley Shaw, P23 Kelvin Quick, P24 Jacob Dick, P25 Lucas Moody, P26 Mateo Jimenez, P27 Cameron Stecklenburg, P28 Donovan Kennedy, P29 Evan Main, and P30 Zachary Viet. He did not even start in
He didn't
P21.
start, yeah.
Oh,
But you know what?
Nicolini
They didn't
Lindo.
start, but they only finished 15 laps down. I mean, that's not that big of a deal.
That's a pretty good number. I guess it is time for the final off of the season.
You want to talk about next week?
We do want to talk about next week. And next week, the Garage Shop College Cup Series enters its final race of the year. For the first time in a while, I'm not going to call it the championship race. Race 14 and Auto Club. A lot of good things are going to happen. Nick Stockner, myself, will have his 100th career CIL Cup Series start at Auto Club. Lot of good, fun things about that track are going to happen. Daniel Nanny has already clinched the title in the Cup Series, but he clinched it last week. But this is going to be really intense. Just one last race where everything's pretty much already claimed. This is time to go out there and rip. Ricky?
Yeah, Wednesday we go to the season finale for the Formula College race, number 14 at Interlagos in Brazil. So we'll take those fine Indy cars to South America, and we'll go check out a little bit of some Interlagos, which translates to in between the lakes. Maybe we'll have that commentary team speak some Portuguese. That would be pretty awesome. Yeah, that title isn't fully. Actually, I could do the math, but there's a couple of titles there that need to be looked at before I fully clinch anything. Should be a good end to that season. Obviously, this is the season finale for the CSC series, and we already had our season finale for our other series, which would be the STS, the short track series. So we're coming to the end, which means drivers, the banquet is upon us. So more information is to follow. Um, be prepared, look at Discord, and if you want to be a driver for next season, and you think you want to have a commentary moment with the esteemed panel, if you will, for next season, make sure that you look at our Discord links and you follow and you subscribe and you like and you do all of the YouTube things that you're supposed to do as a good little YouTube watcher. All right? All right, good. I'm glad we're on the same page. Nick, let's end this thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I often end races with my monologue, if vincebete, for one last time about what has occurred throughout the season. Typically, when I do my monologues to end the year, I often recap everything that has occurred. This season has been one of the most formative and one of the most historic seasons in the history of CIL. The Collegiate Sportscar Challenge has evolved into its own entity, its own ecosystem. We have drivers who drive this series alone, even though it is the series that has the least amount of events. We have drivers who come from far and wide, even opposite countries of the world, to try and drive these tracks and try to race with everyone around. I see that there's only 7 people left, but for those 7 people, I will keep this eloquent and short. The esteemed panel may not be in here in full, but I say this full well. We are ever thankful for your presence, ever thankful for the fun moments, ever thankful for the good times that we have in here. It is not easy when you come into here after a long, hard day to have a little bit of fun, but you would do it to escape the world. You do it to escape just reality and just enjoy moments in a little piece in a little piece of harmony, and that is what the CIL brings on a weekly, monthly, yearly basis. To those folks at home, I thank you so very much for watching this evening. To the folks who have watched throughout the season, I thank you so very much. To the folks who've ever watched a CIL broadcast, I thank you so very much. This is Nick Stockner. with my partner Ricky Paz and with Ryan Whitlock, who could not be with us for this monologue this evening, and the esteemed producer Nathaniel Crone. This has been the Collegiate Sportscar Challenge for CIL Season 12, and we look forward to seeing you again in short time. Have a good evening, everybody.